Avast and ahoy once again to ye mateys! I be your vigorous and excited DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me 14.2 tons, metric not imperial, of satisfaction to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove and Mano our Mano. With me I have me lovely wife, the mother of bunnies, Karen. Who the absolute heck are you?
I am, as mentioned, the mother of bunnies, otherwise known as Karen. I am a writer, a performer, a font of internet wisdom, which is only occasionally useful in any way, shape, or form. But you know what? We're rolling with it. You can follow me on Twitter at MotherO'Bunnies. You can follow me on Instagram as Miss Lola Moore, my sassy alter ego. Or you can just listen to my dulcet tones on the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, available where all good and some bad podcasts can be found on the interwebs.
This is true. And I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I play D&D. You can also find me in a bunch of other places this week on the internet webs. I will be tomorrow morning over on Ardent Roleplay for Jasper's Game Week. I will be DMing my Empty Quarter one-shot, which is one of my favourite one-shots I've ever made. Then tomorrow evening I'll be back here on Corsair's Cove, probably playing a little bit more Total War Ogres. Then Wednesday evening, no big deal, I'll be over on Phoenix Iwaki for the finale of Deadlands Coffin Rock, which is very exciting. And Thursday morning I'll be playing a game with Robert Hartley, well, actually mid-afternoon. And then in the evening I'll be running my Humblewood game here on Corsair's Cove. That's like 6 streams in 5 days. It's ridiculous. 4 days.
I totally didn't put the Phoenix Wacky one on our social media post.
Never mind. There's a lot.
There was a lot this week. I've got both the Jasper's Game Day one on there, but I missed Phoenix Iwaki's. I'm sorry, Phoenix.
The Jasper's Game Week thing is going exceedingly well. They just got halfway to their donation goal. They're only day 2 of 6 as well, which is very exciting. They just topped $2.5 grand, which is really, really cool. Very good. Might have been me who did it. And they're doing extremely well. So if you want some excellent D&D content, go and check them out. It's been really fun to be checking out their streams. Also, in the middle between us, you can see our new Garret. We did the art for Garret yesterday, which was rather fun. Now, Karen, tell me about Ukraine.
Okay, Ukraine, currently being invaded by Russia. That is still going on, in case you tuned it out because it got too much. Still happening. Still very bad. They've estimated about 8 million Ukrainian refugees have now been created, which is not a number you want to hit.
No.
So if you have any spare pennies, you can head on over to the link in chat, which is for the Emergency Action Field, which is a group of charities that are banding together to help Ukrainian refugees. The Australian government has pledged $2 million to them, and they have raised almost $2 million of their own. So that's $4 million to help Ukrainians fleeing the violence in Ukraine. So if you can, head on over and slip in a cheeky donation. They would really appreciate it.
Yes. If you rather help mental health, on the other hand, you can head over to Jasper's Game Week and support them through that. That is, donations will be going to Jasper's Game Week and to Beyond Blue, which helps, it works on teen suicide prevention, which is also extremely important and useful. So yeah, there's loads of places that you could throw your charity pennies if you have some.
You can buy some positive energy this week.
Yeah, absolutely. As Bo Burnham says, my empathy is bumming me out. Alrighty. Well, what else do I have to talk about? We must remind our delicious, tasty, and possibly even oven-baked audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials. And we have a fully updated exclamation mark YouTube. Also, because Spina often asks for it, we have a Discord. Check out our exclamation mark Discord there as well, so you can come and hang out with us over there and get a little bit of behind the scenes action, finding out all of the stuff you want to ask. You can access the people who make up our wonderful games. What else do we need to talk about? Is there anything else? I also need to shout out Sirenscape for our music. which doesn't play all the time, but when it does, come on.
Great.
Are you going to play? No? It's decided not to. This is a great first shout out for Sirenscape.
Hey, Sirenscape, you're great. Please play the music that we are trying to listen to.
Yeah, it's just decided not to. Alrighty, let's try that instead.
The dog was like pouring at the door, and I opened the door, and the dog did not go out.
Great.
I'm just going to close the door again, and she'll probably ask for it to be
Probably.
open again in about 5
Probably.
minutes.
Yeah,
How
it's been
she
playing.
roll.
It's been playing all day. Oh yeah, I know it's already running, but it's not working. That's why I've asked you to close it and do it again, please. It's been working all day, and then it decides to stop working just as I go live. Of course it does. That's how things work, or don't,
Like
as
it
the case may
knows
be.
that we haven't been having a very good day, and it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Thank you for crashing on me. Very useful. Let's see if the music is in fact playing.
Can anyone hear music?
No, it's definitely not currently. Don't worry.
Oh,
I know
okay.
that. It's still booting up. Ugh. I love technology. Technology is the best.
You know what I genuinely do love? Diet Coke.
So I'm supposed to say, is it me?
They are not a sponsor. They probably should be. I'm basically fueled by it. It soothes my upset stomach and caffeinates the fuck out of my brain. It's good times. You know, combined with its lemony, refreshing flavor, it's really all I could ask for in a depressing sugar-free beverage.
It's what you want.
Would I prefer to be drinking full sugar Coke? I would. Can I? No, it'll make me feel sick. Sad face.
That's great. Now I have to go all the way back through and find the thing as well.
I also had to go to 2 shops today to find eggs because there were no eggs at Woolies, so I had to go to Farmer Jack's.
Excellent.
The real trials of these COVID times. I'm just talking shit until you've got...
Yeah, no, I think I'm just going to have to go ahead without it because, yeah, it's just not working today. It's just decided about 2 minutes before I went live to stop playing.
Yay!
Just not connecting to anything. It kind of makes me just want to just flip the whole thing, to be honest. I've been having a really crappy day, and this is an excellent way to continue it. So, let's play D&D, and... You know, thanks Sirenscape for their amazing technology. They normally do provide the music for our streams, absolutely, but this time not so much.
Have you enjoyed previous streams with excellent, high-quality music?
It's probably not their fault. My internet can be dog shit sometimes, but it's running a stream, so there we go. Never mind. Okay. Well, mateys. May any spiders you meet be asleep, and all your hidden compartments contain alchemist fire, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion to Telos.
Hey.
Karen, refresh us on what happened last week, if you don't mind.
I have my red book of nerd out and ready. Beryl has started composing a new song called On the Trail of the Raven.
Ooh.
And
Are we
she's
going to be
sharing
treated to such?
Sorry?
Are we going to be treated to such?
Not yet.
Okay.
But Garret has received information from a halfling trading post called Bottle Down. He has some distant relatives there, and he's been called there to do some calligraphy work. And he's like, cool. Hey, Beryl, you know, if you wanted to come, you know, that would be cool. And he seems a little shy about it, but Beryl's like, oh, heck yes, I'll come. This is great. Before they go, Beryl acquires herself a fancy new flute, which can, if played correctly, summon a giant rat, which is sure to come in handy at some point. It does cost her all her monies, though, so she does some busking to get some cheeky coin.
Dinner money.
Some dinner money. So they spend 4 days traveling in pleasant summer weather towards Bottle Down, but on the 4th day, a storm blows in while they're in the middle of a plain with no shelter to be seen. But fortunately, in the distance, a flash of lightning illuminates a run-down old house. But being better than out in a storm, they head straight for it. They're getting near the coast. They can smell salt in the air as they approach a 35-foot tall house with what would have once been a well-tended garden, but like the house itself, has fallen into disrepair. The front door is unlocked, so our adventurers enter. And we go around exploring rooms. A couple of them have concealed things, little storage space in the back of the fireplace. So Beryl gets 2 blue quartz chips worth 20 gold. Garret collects some mushrooms that may or may not have hallucinogenic or euphoric properties. We'll find out. But in one of the rooms, there's like a couple of armchairs and an old table. It looks like someone ripped the stuffing out of the chairs. And we find another compartment in the back of the fireplace. And Garret goes to open it and gets swarmed by spiders. But I managed to send most of them to sleep. And we run and close the door before they wake back up and decide that wherever we end up sleeping in this house,
It won't be that.
not gonna be in there. He finds some powders that will make alchemist fire, and some coppers.
Yep.
We find the door that goes outside, which is locked, but we don't need to go outside because there's still a storm, so we leave that be. We go into the kitchen and scullery, and we find some tracks on the ground that appear to go into a cellar, but no one answers when we call out, and we're like, oh dear, this is not good.
No.
We bar the door just to be safe because we don't want anyone sneaking up behind us. But we also don't want to go into a creepy, potentially haunted cellar just right this second. And we keep going around. There's a dining room that someone smashed up, which is very inconsiderate. We find a study. And in a locked drawer, we find a couple of glass vials full of a mysterious red liquid that may or may not be a healing potion, but I rolled a really shitty check, so we don't know. We get to the living room, which is the largest room. There are more tracks on the floor, and there's also a trap door. And we leave that alone for the moment because we're like, this feels like a trap, it being a trap door and all. So we leave. And then we find the library. There is a massive pile of books, and Garret just looks to the side because he loves books and reading, and he just like gathers them all up. We find a book called The Magical Properties of Gemstones, Metaphysics and Mathematics, The Men of the Mountain and Their Ways, and one book in no language we know. It looks a little bit like ancient Northern, so we're intrigued, and we take them all with us. Well, Garret takes all the books. Garret's like, books in my bag, coming with me. This is my jam. We go back to the trapdoor, because now we're like, look, this may come back to bite us in the ass if we do not check what's in the trapdoor. And the second I touch the handle, a booming voice roars out that we're doomed and laughs maniacally, and we hear someone moving in the cellar beneath us, but nothing terrible happens. So we're like, could this just be a voice designed to scare us away? So we touch it again, and the same voice plays again, and we're like, feels like it is actually just a voice trying to scare us away. Woot woot. So we open the trap door, and the cellar below has been converted into more or less a complete living area. There's a dining area, there's little cots for people to sleep in. It looks like someone's been there recently. It looks occupied, and we're pretty sure we can hear breathing and whispering. But we call out, we're like, we're not doing it, we're not here to hurt anybody, we just want to say hi, please don't kill us. And no one replies. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go. Bye. And then we leave to go upstairs. And we're a little bit worried, a little bit confused, and have a nasty feeling that we're gonna have to go back and deal with this situation before it deals with us. Dun dun dun.
And that's where we left you.
That is where
Heading
you left me.
upstairs.
Yes.
Well, I have found some alternate music. It's Pirates. And I know it's royalty free because it's our intro music, so we'll have that
Yay.
this week. It's exciting and piratical, and screw it.
Do enjoy fighting piraticus cruets.
It's about 20 minutes of pirate music that'll be on repeat for the rest of the evening. Enjoy that, everyone.
Josh, if you need another pick-me-up, because I know we've had a bit of a crappy day and we're both feeling a little bit just remember the delicious dinner you have prepared that we get to put in our
sitting
faces.
within eyesight of me. I'm excited.
You could grab a fork and go to town on it right now, but I would thank you not.
Shouldn't.
No,
and it's still extremely hot, so I probably
can't
shouldn't.
reach it from the back room, and I would feel.
I can't really reach it from here. I need a very long fork. Alrighty. Well, Garret and Beryl are going to check out the upper floor of the house so they can see if they can find a decent place to sleep.
Yes, and
Is pretty much it.
maybe some clues as to who is hiding in the freaking basement. Hopefully not a sex cult.
Interesting. Well, I reckon hopefully a sex cult, actually. That's sort of the optimal kind of cult you want, really. Like, it might be dangerous people. Sex cults don't tend to be, you know?
Has our resident sex cult demander turned up in chat yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
No sign of Black Angel.
I'll have summoned them now. I've mentioned sex cult. They'll turn up in chat.
Alrighty.
Sex cult.
So, you head upstairs. Now, there are two different ways to get there. You can either go from the kitchen or from the main hallway, which is the room you first enter as you walk into the place. Which would you go up?
I would go up the main stairs.
The kitchen ones did look rickety as all hell.
Yeah, the kitchen ones did not look safe, whereas the main ones look slightly more safe. So
Alrighty, well...
Yeah.
The balcony level is... you get up to the top of the balcony. There is the... Are you moving quietly? Are you endeavoring to...
I'm not moving quietly. Basically...
Pretty sure they know you're here now.
We're pretty sure they know we're there, and I don't want to startle them, so... By making a moderate amount of noise, they're going to hear us coming and they can't, be startled.
Very well.
Blow us up.
Okay. So, you get to the top of the stairs. The corridor goes off and pretty much the length of it, or the width of the house. You can see to both ends of this corridor. So you get to the top of the stairs, you look left, you look right. You can see a whole bunch of doors in both directions. It also T-junctions to your left as you're coming up the stairs. Goes about 20 feet across this balcony, and then T-junctions left and right. One would go over the kitchen, and the other doesn't actually appear to go anywhere. It just it goes to a window. So the balcony does a sort of loop around the upper level of the entrance hall. And it's actually the largest single space in the whole house. The entrance hall, and it's 2 floors high. But the balcony just ends at a window. It doesn't seem to have any other purpose. There's a bookshelf along the edge, but it's not a thick bookshelf. It wouldn't... it's just flush to the wall, basically. There's a corridor going up, which you could assume would be where the stairs from the kitchen go up to. That corridor that goes further along. But you can currently see 5 doors. There's the far side of the corridor from the staircase and the near side of the corridor from the staircase. They're all in the near side, up each side of the corridor.
Right. Well, Garret.
To the right?
To the right, I think. To the right.
Very well.
The first door that's on the right.
Okay, this bedroom, this bedroom has no furniture. It is a bedroom. It's quite a narrow room. It's only about 15 feet wide. It does have a fireplace in it. But it does have rubbish scattered everywhere and webs covering the walls and ceiling. From the doorway you can see the glint of light in the fireplace from a small, highly reflective object. Other than that, however, I do have a question. Who goes in first?
Beryl has seen the shiny and is like, oh my.
Very well.
The shiny.
Beryl, can you make me a Yeah, make me a perception check.
A bit of perception. Oh shit, I'm very distracted by the shiny. I only
Yeah.
rolled a 2.
Well,
But
that
is
explains
plus-
why. Oh yeah, 7. I think
5.
5. Yeah, Garrett's perception is only +1, but he did notice this first before you did. Probably because it happened in front of him. So as you walk in, you sort of get some cobwebs tangled in your hair, and you sort of brush them off. And as you do, Garret goes behind you. Oh no. And
Oh no, what do you mean, oh no? Don't just, oh no.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Just hold very still. You've got a spider on you. It's just one spider, but it's big.
Oh, okay.
And there is a spider crawling, and now that he's pointed it out, you can feel it all crawling across your shoulders.
Oh no. Garret,
It
do
feels
something.
about the size of your palm. And Garrett's like, what do you want me to do?
I don't know, spirit with your sword or something. It feels very big.
It is quite big. It's about the size of my hand.
Don't tell me that. Just kill it.
I don't want to make it upset. What if I fail to kill it? Then it might attack you.
Well, then that's my problem, isn't it?
Okay. Maybe you don't want to like cast a spell on it or something.
I guess I could. Let me just think about this a moment. Oh, it tickles. Oh, it tickles. Okay.
But it's got like a red back with stripes.
Okay, that's not good.
Yellow stripes. I don't know. I've never seen anything like that, like that kind of spider before. And given what happened downstairs, I'm really freaked out about that. That's horrible.
Right, well,
I could try and smosh it, like squish it, if you like.
no.
Be prepared for me to
again.
slap you on the shoulder.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna try and put it to sleep like the other spiders. Okay?
Well, he's like, well, hang on, you can't do too many spells every day, can you? Do you want me to try? I can try it with a sword. I can like, how about if I just try and brush it off you with a sword?
Just flick it off me, and then
All
we
right.
can like smush it.
All right. Okay. So he's gonna make a attack roll with the flat of his sword.
He's gonna fail miserably, isn't he? And I'm gonna get bit by a spider and die.
He gets a 13 with his +5.
Okay.
Which beats most things AC. It's not a particularly large thing. Yeah, he just sort of flicks very gently. You feel like a razor blade running across your skin, you know? You just feel this across your shoulders, and then you see a spider that he was definitely underestimating the size of. This thing is the size of a dinner plate. Go flicking across the room. It is not dead.
Alrighty.
It lands about 10 feet away from you in the corner of the room. So it went sort of laterally across the room into the corner next to the wall the door is in. And it sort of lands and it struggles to flip itself back over, you know. It sort of runs its feet and there, but it manages to flip itself over. What do you do, Beryl?
Is it running back towards me?
It hasn't. It's just flipped itself over yet. It hasn't. I'm sort of letting you make an action before it does anything.
I would like to throw a dagger at it.
Very well. Make a dagger attack, Beryl.
Big balls. A 3 plus 6, so 9. I feel like even a 9 isn't going to hit.
It's because it's quite a difficult thing to hit. Like, it's not very large and it's mostly legs. The dagger just sort of embeds itself into the ground next to it. But it does very much not appreciate that. And it sort of rushes towards you at this point.
Oh, shoot!
Beryl, can you make me a dex save?
I've been really bad. Okay, a 10 plus 6, So 16,
16.
to dodge the terrifying
In
spider.
what way do you dodge? Describe your dodge of this terrifying spider as it sort of scuttles towards you.
I'm gonna like jump sideways and press myself against the wall.
Garret brings the same short sword down to try and chop it, but he rolled a 2 on the dice, and the thing just sort of skitters to one side, and then sort of raises up its front legs at him. Hey, Black Angel, good to see you, mate.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, they found it's not a sex cult, I'm afraid. It's a giant spider, but it's not even that giant. It's about the size of a dinner plate.
That is plenty big enough, thank you very much.
But, like, it's not a giant spider. It's a big spider. But it's not size class giant. Oh, here it goes. Here it begins. Exclamation mark roll space 20.
100.
It's 100.
So Garrett's missed.
He has missed. The spider is now going to... Oh, I can't play that. Literally can't play that. Who asked you to play that next?
We're having fun with the music today, Black Angel.
Yes.
And by fun, I mean frustration.
Anger. Yes.
So much rage. So can I try and hit it, or is the spider...
Yeah, it's gonna spit venom.
Oh! No!
Sorry, I just got distracted by music. I just don't think it's really possible to have music tonight, by the looks of it. All of my normal ways of having music are good. Are you not the bard? It spits at him. Unfortunately, we're all rolling really badly tonight. It only got a 7. So the venom sort of just splashes against his shirt. And he goes, "Oh no! Oh, venom! Oh, gross! Oh, kill it!"
I'm going to try and hit it with my sword.
Hello, Sir Warrior. Sir Warrior 1091. Ooh, good one. Like that.
Oh my god. A 9 plus 7, so 16.
Oh, that'll do it. What are you using?
That's with my short sword.
Very well. So in what manner do you skewer this 1 hit point 12 AC spider?
Fuck's sake.
It's taken you 3 rounds to kill.
It's ridiculous. I am upset. I basically bring it down as if trying to decapitate a chicken. I'm like...
You do that. You lop it laterally in half. And Garret goes, "Oh, I don't like this house, Beryl, I don't."
I don't like that spider. It's like, I don't like that spider very much. Okay, now there was something shiny that I was very distracted by and therefore missed the giant freaking spider. And now having slayed the spider, I intend to get my shiny thing.
Alright, well you alright, go get your shiny thing. Mind the floor, remember it's not great in here. You head over to the fireplace, Beryl.
Okay.
And I'm not even going to make you roll an investigation for it, to be honest. You spotted it from the door. The glint inside the fireplace comes from a small crystal bauble.
Ooh.
It's flat-bottomed, crystal orb. It's pleasant to look at and tactilely rather satisfying to hold.
Oh my.
Yes. You would have to make a check to determine what it's for.
I would love to do so.
An investigation check, then, please.
Oh my god. I might have to swap dice over here.
Yeah, what the hell? Or history, if it's better. Actually, I'd allow history.
They are the same, so
Okay.
an 8 for both of them.
No real clue. You imagine you could guess possibly something to do with... it looks a little arcane. If you show it to Garret, he could probably have a go.
What do you think, Garret? I'm not quite sure what this is. I mean, it's very pretty. Like, I could just hold it and, like, stroke it. But, you know, I feel like it serves some sort of purpose, you know?
Garret got a 9 on the dice, plus he has a 0 to investigation and a 0 to history. Yeah, 9.
Hi, Lizelle.
He's like, I've got no idea, Beryl. Hi, Lizelle. No, you're welcome, Lizelle. Work and lurk. No worries.
We'll be over here not rolling anything over a 10.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. Yeah.
Can I do an Arcana check as a separate check?
You can. It would find very different things, but yes.
Well, I only got a 5 plus a 5, so that's a 10.
It doesn't feel magical at all itself. You think maybe it might be used in some sort of magical process. But it's just a pretty thing. It would be worth about 5 silver pieces. So about half a gold piece.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take it anyway. Maybe someone in Bottle Down will know what it is.
Maybe. Look, it's pretty. And it's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite nice to hold.
Oh yeah, it's relaxing, you know. Like one of those stress stones they give you.
Alright, well there's this one. Next one?
So there's nothing else of note in here?
There really isn't. It was a guest bedroom, you would guess, but it's nobody here.
Let's go to the next room then.
Alright.
Stepping gingerly over the spider that's cut in.
Yeah, it's leaking a sort of green ichor.
Ugh.
And Garrett's like, do you think it's alright if I... he finds a small scrap of, like, decaying cloth on the floor and sort of wipes his armor off.
Look, that's probably not a bad idea, Garret. You never know where these things have been.
No. So, the next room appears to be another dirty, decaying bedroom without furniture. Even viewed from the doorway, it's evident the floor in here does not look safe. Some of the floorboards are missing and others are partially dislodged.
No shinies in this one?
You can make an investigation check.
What do we think? Is it going to be over 5? Holy shit! It's a 15!
Wow.
What the hell?
Okay,
Which means
cool.
I just got a dirty 20.
Alrighty. You can detect recent tracks in the muck and dirt on the floor. They lead from the door to the window and back again along the western edge of the room. But no, there does not appear to be anything else. This room uncommonly does not have a fireplace.
Interesting.
In fact, it's the only room you've been into in this whole house so far that didn't.
Can I follow the tracks to the window?
Yes, you certainly can. Can you make me a dexterity save, please?
You can't hear my audio crackling, can you?
I can. Only occasionally.
Why is it doing that? It's really annoying. For me, and I'm sure everybody else. Oh my god, back to form. 2. Plus 6, so an 8.
Yeah. You, one of your feet goes through the floor.
Oh, shoot!
Garret is going to make a check to see if he can stop you from falling. He gets with his dex mod, 16, so he's going to grab you just before you go through the floor, and sort of haul you out and says, maybe I should go.
That'd be good, Garret.
Yeah.
You're slightly lighter of foot than me. You go ahead.
So he proceeds to go skirt the edge of the room. Basically, he presses his back against the wall. He's, I'm going to stay as far away from the rickety bit of the floor as possible. He goes all the way around. Do you want to roll for an an investigation check for him to see what he can find out the window?
Sure. Excellent. That was a 16.
Well, he has a +0 to investigation, so that's good. He says, "Oh, Garret, Beryl, there's some scratches on the sill here, and it looks like this floor's a bit scuffed. It looks like someone's been here, like, hanging out up here."
Like, trying to get out of the window or just looking?
I think just looking. It's quite a nice view. You can see the river from up here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got a really nice view. Because we're all up on the cliffs, you can see down onto the river.
Interesting.
Beryl, you can make me an intelligence check if you like.
Ooh. A 16 plus 2.
16 plus 2. How much do I want
18.
to tell you? 18 is very good.
Very good. You should tell me a lot, DM.
Yes. Given your observations of the outside of the house before you ran inside, basically, only there would be very few other rooms that had as good a view of the river.
Maybe someone was using this room to watch the river?
I don't know, and why would there be scratches on the windowsill? It looks like something small and metal.
Unless it's just someone's nervous habit. They just kind of... Oh, it's not like tally marks, is it?
There's no pattern, no. Looks like something just keeps being put down.
Oh, it couldn't be like a telescope or something?
Maybe. It's not very big, though. It's like a windowsill, basically, so it's only about sort of 3-4 inches wide. Like, you can see it, you just can't get to it. You're about 20 feet away from it.
Curious. Mental note made.
Weird. Alright, well... Next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your turn to go in first, though.
Alright. Cool. The room at the end of the hallway. This is, for those playing at home, room number 15. Oh, where are we at? The door is locked.
Oh. It's locked. Oh, I love a challenge. Do
Oh.
you want to try and pick the lock or just crowbar this bad boy?
Well, crowbar at the hand, at the ready, but, you know, this is someone's house. And we know people actually inhabit it. Do you want to try and pick it?
Are there tracks up to this door?
Make a survival check, or investigation, whichever you're better at.
Definitely investigation. That gives me a dirty 20.
Very good, alright. Yeah. Yes.
There are tracks.
Yes, there are. Not many. It doesn't look like this is often, but you see 3 pairs of tracks. No, sorry, 2 pairs of tracks.
Right. Well, I just had a thought, Garret, and roll with me on this. And Beryl's gonna knock politely on the door.
Yeah, you knock.
Hello?
How long would you wait?
10 seconds?
You wait 10 seconds. You could make me a perception check if you like.
Oh, 18 plus 3, so 21.
21. You can hear on the other side of the door wind whistling. Like there's a draft. You can also detect airflow from like outside to inside under the door. You can feel it coming under and around the edges of the door. Yes, you can. 21, did you say?
Yes.
You can hear the fluttering of wings, small wings.
Small wings.
Like a bird or a bat.
Is there a keyhole to look through?
Well, if it's locked, there would be, yes.
I would like to try and spy through the keyhole.
Very well. I'll let your 21 keep on through. The room beyond you can see it's mostly intact, but the floor seems to be in a similar state to the last one. The damage to it would be sort of the same damage. Could be barred from behind. It could be, but it's not. No, this would be locked with a key. Beryl, can you make me a... in fact, no, let's have Black Angel do it. Black Angel, could you roll me an exclamation mark roll space 20 in chat, please? This is for Garret to see if he notices something while Beryl is peering through the keyhole. A 19 on the dice. Nicely done, Black Angel. Garret says, actually, Beryl, maybe this is the key. There is a spindly stool on the other side of the hallway with a key on it.
Oh, shoot.
He hasn't picked it. He hasn't picked it up yet.
Can I do a little trap checky on this key?
You are very welcome to. Investigation.
14.
14. It does not appear to be trapped. It's far too complicated a thing. Like, it's far too simple. It's literally just a stool with a key, like a bronze key on it.
Well, I'm going to pick up the key then.
You do that.
Nothing happens?
Nothing happens.
I'm going to try it in the lock to see if it fits.
It does, perfectly.
Cool. I'm going to try it.
You note that the lock has recently been oiled.
Ooh. I'm going to try and unlock the door, but not open it.
Yeah, the room appeared empty through the keyhole as well. It was a very narrow field of view. The southeast corner of this decayed bedroom lies a man. Or at least the body of one. It's hard to say. He doesn't appear to be moving. He is clad only in undergarments and does not appear to have any weapons or equipment.
And that's the only thing in the room?
There is a hole in the ceiling above the... You are aware very acutely now that the floor isn't great. And you can see why. The roof has a hole through to an attic space. In fact, a good portion of the room in this roof in this area is gone, and would allow relatively easy access to an attic. You'd have to sort of get Garret to give you a leg up, but you'd be able to clamber up there. So yeah, about a third of the roof in this room is, or about a third of the ceiling in this room is missing, and a small amount of the roof of the house above the room is also missing, allowing wind and rain to get in. The man lying in the corner does not appear to be moving.
Where is he dead?
You wouldn't be able to tell from this distance.
Oh dear, I don't know if I want to go in there. What do you think? We could just close
He
it.
is tied up. That you can see. And Garret says, well, he's tied up. He can't be that dangerous.
True. Okay, I'm gonna tread quietly and carefully over to this guy.
Stealth check, please. Noting that you knocked on the door and...
9. 9.
with your bonus?
That's with the bonus, yes.
Good. Yeah, it's just impossible to move quietly up here, particularly when you shouted through the door less than a minute before. The floorboards creak underneath you as you head over to him. Nothing appears to happen, however.
I would like to check if this dude is alive.
Medicine check, please.
11.
An 11. He is not. When you get close to him, you can see he appears to be desiccated a little bit. like a desert mummification.
Right. Well, this is creepy as all hell. I would like to do an Arcana check real quick. He's not undead, is he?
Oh yeah, you go for it.
Shit. 10.
He does not. He doesn't appear to move. He doesn't appear to be. There doesn't appear to be anything magical about him. However, have you touched the body?
No.
Right.
No, I have not.
To determine like cause of death or anything else like that, you would have to. And an Arcana check of anything more, like I'd allow a separate, a more thorough investigation check to determine stuff.
Right, I'll investigate more closely.
Sorry, that wasn't Josh trying to like bait the player into it.
Threw my dice away, give me a sec.
Not a bad idea. That dice was not serving you well.
That dice was terrible. Let's get another one. I have so many, you know? Let's trade out for a different purple dice because 90% of my dice are purple.
There's some red ones.
I do. I have some red ones and some green ones, but mostly purple.
Yeah.
I just rolled a 2.
Well, you do find something.
So a 7.
Yeah. Beryl, as you flip this, you sort of have to roll the body over a little bit to be able to see anything. Hey, McBluff, good to see you. We are just checking out...
Does it spring to life and try to strangle me?
No, it does not. However, a small winged creature, as you roll the body over, sort of flutters out from the sort of the upper chest area. It is a strange-looking creature. Its skin is... It's sort of bat-like a little bit, but it has the face more akin to a... a hummingbird. It's got red eyes, and it flutters around you in an sort of agitated sort of way. What do you do? It's about the size of a bat. It is clearly not a bird. It is a sort of not a mammal exactly, but it's not a bird. It doesn't have feathers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this your human? I was just seeing if there was anything could be done for him.
Beryl, as you say that, 5 more swoop down from the attic space.
Oh no.
And Garret goes, "Oh no." Roll initiative, please.
Knew it.
Garret would be standing about 5 feet behind you.
Okay, I got an 11 for initiative.
An 11 for Beryl.
I was hoping the puppy would bring me good luck, but apparently not.
Garret got a 10 plus his... I think he actually is reasonably good. Plus 3. Yeah. Plus 3 for Garret, so 13. And these creatures got an 8. So you both get to go first. Well, basically, they initiate combat, so one of them is going to attack you, which initiates the combat.
Cool.
So the one that you startled... Good evening, Omi! How are we, my friend? The one that you startled is going to lunge at you. It seems very aggressive. Now, what am I wanting? There it is.
What we want.
It is going to make an attack against you, Beryl. It is going to... 14. It is lunging forwards with its sort of pointed beak. And it looks to be aiming for your neck.
It does not penetrate.
You sort of dodge out of the way of it. Beryl, there are 6 of them in the room fluttering around you. What do you do? They have, now that you're a little bit, now that they're a little bit closer, they have sort of furry heads. But the rest of their bodies are quite fleshy. They also seem to have arms, as well as wings.
They're not like fairies, are they?
They look like the most upsetting and unpleasant fairies you've ever seen.
Are they in a position that would make casting sleep?
You'd be able to get about 4 of... Well, the room is how big? Why am I asking you? The room, what's the range of
the
sleep?
Sleep is a 20-foot radius, I believe.
Yeah, you could get all of them, everything in the room in that. But that's also you and Garret. They are sort of fluttering around you, so anything centered on them would also be centered on you.
Oh, I don't.
You could get 4 of them without getting you and Garret in the area effect, but you don't know how tough they are. They are very small.
Yeah, which is my kind of hope that I'll at least knock out a couple of them.
Yeah.
Because, like, they may not be, like, super dangerous, just, startled. Maybe I disturbed their food. Maybe this is their food, and I'm messing with it.
Quite possibly. So they only stay asleep for a minute. Would you cast sleep?
Sure, why not?
Very well, you cast sleep. Let's see how many hit points worth of stuff you put to sleep.
This is 5d8. Back. 7, 5, so 12, 14, 16, and that brings to 21 total.
21. Garrett's eyelids sort of flutter a little bit, like he's trying to remain conscious, and all 6 of these little critters fall out of the air, and sort of smash into the ground, but because none of them were more than 10 feet up, I'll say that none of them... 21! I'll say that none of them get hurt by it. Now that they've stopped moving around, I'll show you a picture. Let me find this picture. Browse. Come on, chop chop. There it is. Okay. Shrink it down just a little bit. And there we go.
Oh, I mean, Black Angel has got 69 more than once, but
Yeah,
they
we've
just
done
keep
it.
doubling down. But we've said we'll bring a sex cult in at some point, but I think they're just trying to push it up.
There you go. That is what you see. I've popped it in the middle of the screen. It's pretty gross. Yeah. Beryl, you can make a nature or arcana check to know what these things are.
I will do an arcana check.
Oh, looking closer, they actually have 4 arms and wings.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, this is a sturge. It is a bloodsucker.
Oh.
You know that a single sturge would not be enough to be able to drain all the blood out of a single human.
But there are 6 of them.
But there are 6 of them. Hey, Spina, good to see you.
Who are you calling a human, Spina?
Pretty gross things. Pretty gross, not gonna lie. Exactly. They are very gross. Not nice things at all. And they would appear to have drained this guy dry, or at least did. What's weird is they wouldn't have tied him up.
No, so it feels like someone...
Also, you have about a minute until they wake back up again.
Hey, Garret, do you have a bag we can put these guys in?
Looking around, you do not find anything else in here. The room is empty except for them. Garrett's like, I've got my backpack.
Well, you kind of need that. I was hoping you might.
Well, we could find a different thing. But we could pop them in the backpack until we do.
As long as you're okay with that. I mean...
Garret is already unshipping his backpack. In fact, he's like, oh, better idea. Gets out his bedroll, takes the bag that's inherited, that's in.
Hey, excellent.
And he's like, there we go. Pop them in, quick. Oh, they're really, they're leathery.
I don't like him. I don't like him, Garret.
Oh, no, that's not nice at all. Oh, I hope they don't have fleas. Never claim to be human, Omi. You're not squishing fairy heads?
Rude, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You would not assume they have very many hit points, but I think it would be a bit mean to kill them. They're not evil. They're just
they're little vampire
winged
bats. You know, they're just trying to live their best vampire bat life.
Yeah. So yeah, you do that. You do that just in time. Garret zips up, like pulls the string tie tight, and the bag sort of comes to life and sort of just fluttering around. And he's like, "Oh, I could just smack it against the ground."
Let me try
but I
this
won't
first.
do that. I won't do that because I'm
Now,
not.
you listen up, you little bad things. If you be good in there, no harm will come to you.
Great. I hope they understood that.
I do too.
Garrett's like, now, ooh, and he hangs the ring, the string from the doorknob, so they're not on the ground, and this is just this bag of angry bats hanging on the door. It's not quiet.
Well, if nothing else,
they don't speak anything, Omi. They have no languages.
They are bad. I'm now using the dog as book rest, by the way.
Good.
Because the dog has decided to lie all the way across me. So she's now my book rest.
I don't mind the pirate music instead of our normal Sirenscape.
Yes, apparently someone was a druid.
If only. They are beasts. You can turn into them, technically speaking. And the attack is a nasty one. It is blood drain.
I took speak with plants, not speak with beasts. So,
so the first attack, they do 1d4 plus 3 piercing damage, and the Sturge attaches to the target. While attached, the Sturge doesn't attack. Instead, at the start of each of its turns, the target just loses 1d4 plus 3 hit points due to blood loss.
I don't like it.
After it's taken 10 hit points of blood, it detaches.
Okay, so when I was a kid, one of my biggest fears was being attacked by a blood-sucking bat.
Yeah.
And no matter how many times people told me that they don't attack people, they attack animals, I was just like, no, one day a bat is gonna latch onto me and kill me.
There was a lot of bats that lived in the park I used to walk high in. Used to have bats fluttering around at night.
There were bats in there?
Yeah. It was lovely. It was really cool. There was about a dozen of them.
I didn't realize those were bats.
Yeah.
What are they doing in our park? This is Australia. Why are there bats in the park?
One bat that wants to eat you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
I've
yeah.
been in that park at night. There were bats.
Not always, but yeah. Every now and again, particularly in summer when there was a lot of insects, yeah.
Cool. I like fruit-based bats. Thank you. Those are cute. I've seen them. They're very cute. Blood-sucking bats? No, thank you. Okay.
So there is a blood-sucked body in the corner of the room. You can be reasonably confident that whatever was dangerous in here is sorted out. Don't forget to cross off another spell slot.
So far, I've used 2 spell slots just to put creepy things to sleep.
Hey, look. I do like the you're going for the pacifist run. Pop that nasty image away now. Yeah, that's what's in a bag. So yeah, you've got the body, and Garrett's like, well, I don't think we should just leave that there. I think we should at least, he's dead, but why? I have questions about that.
Well, I feel like these little guys.
And
Oh,
Beryl's like,
no,
"Come
no,
on,
I agree. These probably what killed him, but why was he in here? He was tied up.
And put in a room with vampire bats.
Well, it looks like they came out of the roof. Maybe they didn't know the vampire bats were in here.
Can I, like, the guy's just in his underwear, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing on
Bound
his-
hands and feet. You can check.
I would like to check.
Very well. Another investigation check, please.
Yes, casting
Your first one
fireball
kind
is
of got...
different.
Well, sleep is not fireball. Didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast sleep.
Well, I just rolled a 1, so I find...
Garrett's helping you, so you'd have advantage.
Hey, thank goodness. Siri, if you move, I can't rest my book on you.
But how can I be pretty on stream?
That's a 14. Yeah, Siri, let me be pretty. You gotta do it properly. There you go. Oh,
A 14. You... yes. So having a look around this guy, even more confusing, he has a small vial of, like a small glass vial tucked into the back of the waistband of his underwear. It's Garret that finds it. He's like, oh. Weird. Even weirder. It's this sort of green fluid. Stoppered. It's like, what a strange thing to have down your jocks.
Yeah. Do you have any idea what it is?
I'm almost reluctant to unstopper it. Would you want to?
Can I examine it without unstoppering it?
You can have a look at it. The Arcana check would be harder without having a sniff. But yeah, Arcana check. Garrett's still helping, so...
That is 18 plus 5, so 23.
It's poison.
Oh, shoot. Garret, it's poison.
What? Oh. Why do you have poison down your jocks? This house is weird, Beryl.
On a scale of 1 to the last one, where do you think we're sitting at right now?
I genuinely don't know. The last one had a lot of unanswered questions as well. But, you know, we kept pushing and we found answers. And there was really nice stuff in the attic.
There was. Though this one appears to have vampire bats in the attic.
Not anymore.
This thrashing bag of bats.
He actually appears quite amused by it now.
Well, they haven't managed to escape the bag, so
No.
this seems fairly foolproof. Okay.
It's because it's waterproof, so it's like it's been weathered, so it's sealed. So you can see claws are like trying to scratch at it, but you certainly think in the short to midterm this is a very valid solution to this problem.
Excellent. And we find, like a chest or something.
Yeah.
Okay, the dog is now licking my pen. Could you not do that? Or yawn in my face because your face is a bit stinky.
Yawns. Love mummy.
So cute though. Look at her. Look
Yes.
at her, my little puppy.
She's been a good snuggle buddy all day because neither of us feel very well. But I've had 3 rat tests and it doesn't appear to be COVID. I just have normal sickness.
Which is really disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to call it Corsair's COVID. Unless I actually have COVID, in which case that's Corsair's COVID.
Look, there's every chance that tomorrow morning you get the sweet double line of COVID.
Oh, who knows?
Who knows?
My
The
employer
future
is
a mystery.
not happy.
Okay. Well, let us take our vial of poison and our bag of bats and go to the next room.
Yeah. So, Beryl, you would know that this is the kind of poison you could treat a blade with. So you pour it on a blade and it does extra damage.
Exciting.
Or you could put it in food and kill somebody. Pretty much just dead set kill someone. It would do, mechanically, 5d6 damage if eaten. Yeah.
5d6, you say?
Garret goes, all right, well, onwards and around.
Yeah, why not?
I wonder what his name was and why he was up here. And a lot of other things.
I have this horrible feeling, Garret, that we're going to have to go back into the cellar and ask some more pointed questions of our mysterious friends down there.
Yeah. But we're up to that, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've got a bag full of bats. What's
We
the
do.
worst that could happen?
That would be really cool. We just drop it down there.
Oh my god, yeah, just throw the bag of bats and then just hightail it out of there.
I am keeping this bag of bats. Shall I leave it here for now and we come back for it?
If you'd feel more comfortable, I'm sure that would be fine.
Just carrying it around feels a bit unnecessary.
Okay. All
But
right,
like,
well,
if we determine, or like, all right, it's like this is Josh now laughing. It's like, I've got a bag of bats and I know what's inside.
it's the fantasy equivalent of, throwing a beehive at someone. You just throw a bag
very
of bats
much
out
like we've got
instead.
a sealed basement. Yeah, that would be funny. I like that idea.
All right, you gotta come out of the cellar and tell us what's going on, and we'll drop this bag of bats down in there.
Just undoes it, opens it out, and it's like, I'm keeping my bag though. Close the door again. It's like, if anything, be an irritating distraction.
All right. Well, how about we shut the bag in this room?
That's a good idea.
We'll pick it up on the way back through.
All right. Unless you want to check out the attic, see if there's another way up.
Well, yeah, I was gonna try and avoid climbing
Okay.
on this floor. It looks a little damaged,
All right. So you head back up. Make me another investigation check, Beryl.
I do it with my left hand because there's a dog on my right one.
Valid.
Oh my god, I just got another 2. 7. Come on.
Beryl, your foot goes through the floor again. Garret is going to make another save. Omi, can you roll me an exclamation mark roll space 20 in chat, please? Garret needs a 12 on the dice to stop Beryl falling through the floor.
Please do. How does the dog have fish breath if we don't feed her fish?
That's a 10. That's not enough. Beryl, you go through the floor. And you crash down 10 feet to the ground beneath, taking 2 bludgeoning damage.
Gosh darn it, that hurt.
So make a note of that. Beryl has taken 2 damage. For Beryl. See you next fall. Thanks, Omi.
Oh, man.
Garret goes, Beryl, you alright?
I'm fine. I'm just a bit bruised. Mainly my pride.
He's stomping back up the stairs. Garrett's like, why don't I go first, eh?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You weigh almost nothing.
I'm quite sturdy. He puts a foot through the floor as well. He says, crikey, this is not good. It's not good floor at all.
Maybe we need to, tap the floor in front of us with, a sword or something.
Alright. Yeah, he makes an investigation check with his sword and manages to find... He actually uses the sword to, cut crosses into the floor of where's safe to tread. Making it possible for you to cross over without any problem. You are now at a T-junction, basically. At a four-way cross-section, actually, but the way back has got rubbish floor. So you keep going to the right? The room's on the right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Carefully mind.
The next room is... So this one is... This one is quite a fancy-looking room. It's not particularly big. It's actually it's smaller than any of the other rooms up here so far. It does have a really nice fireplace in it. Damp mold covers portions of the walls and ceiling in this large room. It says large bedroom, but it's actually, mechanically, it's smaller than all the others. The rubbish is strewn liberally around the floor. In the center is a single mattress that has been badly torn, from which stuffing protrudes. Under the window is a large wooden chest the timber split, and the lid closed.
Well, Garret, I don't want to be that person, but I want to look at the chest.
The chest is not locked. It opens fairly easily. Do you open it, or does Garret?
I'll go over, but I'll poke the floor on my way over so I don't fall through.
The floor in here looks pretty good.
Oh, okay, cool. Right, I'll go open the chest.
It does not appear to have... inside you find mouldy, ragged clothing in styles that were never in fashion. Nothing particularly valuable. There is, however, a bundle of documents.
Ooh.
Make me an investigation check if you care to.
I certainly do. 13 plus...
Oh, wow, okay, plus...
5, so 18.
18. These pages are rotted and stained. Their meaning lost a long time ago, but you do make out a few... it looks like either mathematical or chemical formulae.
Interesting.
Garrett's eyeing up the mattress. He says, I reckon if you put a bedroll on that, that would not be too bad.
That is good to know.
Is this like a human-sized mattress?
Yeah.
So it would be big enough for both of us?
It's a double bed. It's a
Hey.
human-sized double bed. So, I mean, you're the width of a normal human woman. Garret is, however, size class small.
Right,
So
so
yeah, you could
we could
easily
both
occupy the
comfortably.
same bed and not really get up in each other's personal space too much.
Cool. That would be awkward.
I mean, if you slept on it width-wise, you could actually be quite far apart, because neither of you are particularly tall. So you could sleep on it side by side lengthways.
Cool. This is good to know. I'm just aware, looking at the stream, that because the dog is black, it just looks like I have some chest hair.
Alright, next room. No bodies in this one.
Well, that's a good thing, though, right?
Oh
Less
no,
bodies, the better.
I'm happy. I'm happy with this. This is a mattress that we could feasibly use, and the window doesn't appear broken, and there's a chimney that we could light a fire. This
And
is
the
nice.
floor isn't falling through.
Yeah, and we don't have to go across the broken bit of floor to get anywhere else, unless we want to go get our bag of bats.
Which, to be fair,
I
we
still
probably
love
should
that.
do something about the bag of
Yeah, we don't want to leave them there long term, poor little critters. Not all things have to be nice looking. Right, room 17, the box room. This room appears to have been used for storage. It's large. There is a large ill-made oak chest standing under the window, its lid closed. Elsewhere in the room lie 3 broken wooden chairs, 2 splintered wooden buckets, to which Garret goes, firewood, and a mildewed sack. Just inside the door is a heap of clothing. This appears fresh. The rest of it has a bit of dust. This, on the other hand, seems to be a recent addition to the room.
Can I have a look and see, get an idea of who this clothing would belong to?
Yep,
You know.
have an investigation check.
16.
This is a man's clothing sized for a human.
A human man's clothing. Well, that's not going to fit either of us now, is it?
But it
what
might well
about-
have fit our desiccated friend back there.
Oh.
And he was
Oh
naked.
no. Oh no.
Is it warm?
I
It's not
don't.
warm. It's not warm.
No. Oh dear. Okay. Well, I would like to have a look at these broken boxes and the chest. See if any
Very well.
tidbits lie within.
The clothing is not particularly nice. It's nothing special. It's basically just common clothing. The chest is empty. There is a sack containing drab, rotted clothing. It appears to be laundry. It does contain an inordinate number of woolen socks. But there doesn't appear to be of anything of value in here. I mean, the corpse's clothes, they're unsoiled. They wouldn't fit either of you, but it's common as clothing. It's not worth nothing. it is a dead man's clothes.
Yeah. It's a little uncomfortable now, isn't it? But there's no shinies or books or
No.
interesting documents with treasure maps or
And Beryl,
how to take care of your
what
vampire
did you?
bag.
What was your investigation check?
It was a 16.
You would notice that, like, most people have some stuff, like on their person. Not just a vial of poison strapped down their jocks. They would also have, like, a belt knife. Is like just an eating knife would be fairly pretty much standard. There is a belt, no belt knife.
I feel like someone's already liberated certain items from this man's possessions, Garret.
Probably the person who put him in the room and then left the key outside.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you're a secret group that lives in the basement of an abandoned house in the middle of nowhere, you're probably not expecting people to turn up. Which really makes it surprising that they haven't tried to, like, force us to leave or in other ways inconvenience us. That sort of thing. They're just kind of letting us be, and frankly, that's freaking me out more than if they just kind of attacked us.
Or maybe they're plotting something. We haven't been here that long.
True. Maybe they're creating some.
And
sort
they
of...
are demonstrably trying to make us run away. Like the whole place is rigged to make people not come and not stay.
True. Right. Well, I have this horrible feeling, Garret, that once we finish poking around, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet and go down in the cellar and be like, "Hey."
I mean, I'm up for that, but we could just leave. I know it's stormy out there. I don't want to, but we don't have to enforce ourselves on these people.
Have you heard the term call to adventure, Garret?
Oh, yeah, I have. I've read it many times.
Yeah,
Is that what we're doing? Are we adventuring?
I think so.
All right.
Adventuring.
No, okay. I hadn't thought of it like that. I know. I'll lean in. Yeah, okay.
Yes, the book Lean in this world is all about how if you realize you're on an adventure, you have to be adventurous.
Yeah.
But we're not finished poking around yet. We may yet find answers that require us not to bother these folks.
Yeah, all right. Down the far end, beyond this room, you find a landing. This has two sets of stairs. One goes down, one goes up. Along the north wall of this area, the staircase descends to the ground floor and to the rear of the house. The treads appear to be loose and perilous, and you can see the kitchen downstairs. Another staircase along the east wall climbs up to the upper level. The stair has mostly collapsed. Only the lowest 6 stairs are intact. There's no easy access to the hole in the ceiling where the staircase used to lead. A heap of rotten timber lies in the northeast corner.
Is it possible for either me to give Garret a boost or Garret to give me a boost to overcome this lack of stairs issue?
How would you approach doing that?
Well, I think Garret should, like, stand.
We do have rope.
Yeah, and then tie a rope and I could climb up, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I'm stronger than you.
Well, this is true. You are small but mighty, Garret. So you.
But I am also shorter than you. But I could boost you. I could sort of give you a leg up. If we go up onto the top of the rung of the stairs that we could actually get onto, and then I sort of give you a leg up, if you want. Or we could we could finish the loop and then come back.
Yeah. Let's finish our loop. Let's check all the rooms, and then you can give me a boost, and I'll go up.
All right.
Josh, the dog likes pens. This is weird. Pens.
Pens are delicious. Cool. So you go to the final 2 rooms on this floor, rooms 11 and 12. Room 11, you can tell, was a fine master bedroom. It now stands rather decayed, however. This is technically speaking, if you were following the right wall all the way around, you actually would go to 12 first. It's the one at the far end of the hallway, but I feel like you'd go into 11 first because it's the near one and why walk past a door? Some of the floorboards are missing, and there is rubbish scattered around. A tall wooden wardrobe stands against the wall opposite the fireplace. The door closed. It doesn't have a bed in it. It's the only item of furniture other than the fireplace is the wardrobe.
So it's closed?
It is. Hi, Lucid Lucis. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome back. Well, I would like to press my ear to the wardrobe door just to make sure it's not full of bats.
Very well. Valid. Perception check.
Heck yes, 18 plus 3, so 21.
You do not
for all those 2s and 3s.
It's a real shame you don't. There's nothing in it.
God damn it! Well,
yeah, you don't hear anything inside. You open the door. I will allow it to carry on over. However, you find 2 things inside. One is a pair of old, cracked leather boots that have no value or special properties. You don't think they would hold up to being worn for more than an hour or so before they started to disintegrate. Didn't have very much time in the last weeks. Lucid Lucis, that's more than okay. We appreciate having you whenever you have the time for us, mate. The other one, however, is a ragged, stained cloak hanging on a peg.
Ooh.
It's tooled with a design of coiling ivy leaves and appears harmless. However, given that you got like 23 on your perception check, you can detect the inside appears yellowy, and your hand draws back from it. And if you want to carefully make a second investigation check, an investigation check with caution.
That is a 16.
Very good. That is what you needed. That was the number you needed. How would you go about investigating this thing that you suspect might be not very nice?
I will get my dagger and I'll use the tip of it to lift the cloak over.
Very well. Beryl, you have managed to position yourself in such a way that when you sort of peel this thing open, the spores that it ejects out do so not in your direction. You find the inside of it is just lined with yellow mold. A fungus that expels a cloud of spores in a 10-foot cube originating from the mold. Fortunately, it is to the side of you.
Gross. Garret, back up.
Garrett's like, oh, gross. Oh, that smells so bad. Don't breathe in. Yeah, you would be familiar enough with this sort of... Actually, no, you wouldn't necessarily. Nature check, please. Or Arcana if it's better. Just created a Jormungandr from the Greek mythology. Jormungandr was from Nordic mythology, Lucid Lucis, the world serpent. And this can solo a Tarask because it can summon too.
I assume that's bad that it can summon too.
Yeah, Tarasks are enormous. Tarasks are like the size of a mountain. Yeah, but Jormungandr would be bigger.
Lucis, most mythologies have a lot of freaking over.
I mean, yeah. Odin and
keeping
Thor.
Keeping the Greek and Roman gods separate is really freaking hard because they're
Thor and
basically
Zeus
the
are
same
basically
gods
the same guy. Yeah.
Slightly different names.
No, I correct you only because Big Viking Mitch would have corrected me. He corrected me on my pronunciation of, because I called it Jormungandr, and he was like, no, it's Jormungandr. And I was like, I apologize, and he would know. There is a very, very fine song about the Jormungandr called Power Snake by the
Power
Brothers
Snake
of
is
Metal.
about Jormungandr?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's
the world snake isn't the one that eats its own tail, is it?
Yes.
Oh,
Thus completing the circle of infinity, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All the little pieces came together in my brain.
I adore it as well. I just haven't let it summon Cronus and all the others. Jesus. Yeah. It is a Titan. It is a sign of one of the signs of Ragnarok. It's Loki's son, as well. Yeah.
I am well behind on my.
And so is Fenrir. Fenrir, the wolf god who eats the sun, and ushers in the age of Ragnarok. That is another of Loki's children. I'm quite good on my Norse mythology.
Marvel has really dropped the ball in terms of
there's so much cool stuff. Thor couldn't catch it. He went fishing and couldn't. It was the only thing he couldn't catch was a Jormungandr. And it's Thor's nemesis and I'm like, why are you not having this giant snake?
We just need to give Taika Waititi more time. He'll get there.
Yeah, he'll get there.
I trust him. All right.
Yeah.
So I've dodged the yellow mold.
It's very nasty. What did you get on your Arcana check?
I don't think I rolled one.
Oh, make an Arcana check to know what this was, or Nature. I think I said Nature or Arcana.
Oh, I did do a Nature check. It was 11.
That's it. Selfnir isn't. Selfnir is Odin's horse. It's got 8 legs.
Is Hel with one L?
I am uncertain. I can't remember about Hel. I thought Hel was another of Odin's children. Yes. Is Selfnir one of Loki's children?
Oh. Hel is a female being in Norse mythology said to preside over the underworld realm of the same name.
Yeah, that was what I thought.
Where she receives a portion of the dead.
Yeah.
So she's like the goddess of the dead.
She could be Loki's child, though. He had a bunch.
Daughter of Loki.
There you go. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure Selfnir isn't. Loki shapeshifted into a female horse to have Selfnir. Oh, there you go then.
So
sounds legit.
Again.
Word. Yeah. Yeah. Again, Zeus. The Greeks and the Vikings did it very similarly. I really love that. Yeah.
I always liked the one where he turned into a swan because I just thought it was so random. It's like I feel like getting busy as a swan. Oh, Sleipnir is the child of Loki and Svaifari, described as the best of all horses.
Yeah, I did not know that. There you go. Well, I did know that Selfnir was Odin's horse.
Which is quite funny. He's not just bisexual, he's all this
whatever. Pan. Yeah.
I don't think even Pan really sums up Loki's sexuality. You need a whole new sexuality just for Loki, which is basically if I can find a way.
He's just low-key sexual.
But that sounds like low-key, and he's not low-key.
Omnisexual.
Okay, the dog's butt is now in my face. Thank you, Siri.
What did you get for your Arcana check?
I still haven't rolled one. I got an 11 on my nature check.
Nature check, 11. You don't know what this is. You've never encountered it before.
Whatever it is, Garrett, it's gross and I don't want to be around it.
It's like, I don't really need an old cape. That's fine.
Let's go. One room left.
Yeah, I did know that Mjolnir wasn't anything particular. It's just really heavy. Yeah. I was aware of that one. It's a really nice mechanic that they brought into the Marvel. I like that element to it, but yeah.
I love the guy who, there was a YouTube video of it. He made one that was like an electromagnet.
Yeah.
Basically, there was a button hidden in the thing that operated the electromagnet. So he'd put it on like a manhole cover, so something really freaking heavy, and activate the magnet, and then no one would be able to pick it up. And then he'd pick it up because he'd know where the button was to disengage the magnet. And I just thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
But eventually someone cottoned on and like slid it sideways until it was off the magnet. Like, yeah.
Damn it. All right. Well, yeah, that's what was in here.
Cool. Next room, please, DM.
Final room on this floor. Rubbish scattered around what was once a fine guest bedroom. There is evidence of a rodent infestation and webs hang in the corners, which you both presumably gave a wide berth to.
Yeah. Stop trying to bite my
A 4-poster bed stands against the wall opposite the fireplace. Its woodwork is worm-ridden, and the curtains that once screened the bed are torn and stained. There is no bed linen, but the bed is mostly intact. Garrett's like, score! Way better. I like this one better.
I'm trying to be nice and not kick the dog off my lap, but she is being
a bit of a
You
pest.
want to get down? You want to get down?
Yeah.
Hey, my lap is my own, but now I'm cold. Holy shoot! I opened the door and she actually went out. That's
I whistled to her.
Oh, okay.
Where's the papa? Hey, papa. Hello. Different lap.
Go and annoy Joshua. Yes,
What
if
you
anyone
doing?
who's new to the channel hadn't worked out, me and Joshua are in the same house. Opposite ends.
What a puppy. What you doing, Siri? What you doing? Being a pest.
Yeah, her knee bone was digging into my leg, but I was too nice to do anything about it, so now I've got a sore spot.
She doesn't like sitting on my lap, though. There's too many other things in my lap.
Why does she like sitting in my lap, though? It's smaller.
I don't
It's
know.
gonna come back now.
Cool. Alright.
Alright,
So, shall we try the attic?
so there's nothing exciting in here to find beyond the bed that we can sleep on?
No. Let me just check, but, yeah, no, nothing.
Okay.
Nice
Guess
bed.
We're going into the attic, Garret.
You can make me a survival check if you like.
Okay. Look, twist my arm. 13.
Lucius.
Weird as Hades. He was the nicest one.
Well, he was also the god of the Greek underworld.
Googling all these guys now.
Heimdall, you might be thinking of.
God of the Dead and King of the Underworld.
But for the Greeks.
Yes.
Yeah. Heimdall was a reasonably nice bloke. Tyr was cool. I like
He was
Tyr.
the one who can, like, see everything, right?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Other notable stories include the recovery of Freya's treasured possession, Gringamen, while doing battle in the shape of a seal with Loki.
Whose was? Heimdall?
Heimdall thought Loki shaped like a seal.
Valid. I mean, you want to give yourself a disadvantage, right?
Oh, he's described as the whitest of the gods.
This is in Scandinavia. How white was the guy?
Translucent,
Yeah.
apparently. Which makes... Because they cast Idris Elba as him, who's not white at all.
That's fun. I like that.
But Idris Elba is freaking amazing. So.
Lucius, no judgment at all, my friend.
Josh is wearing a Nordic pattern dress I bought him. So.
Yeah. My jumper says pillaging is my cardio. Alright, you go up to the attic.
Oh, most glittering is another translation. So it could be the whitest or the most glittering.
That makes more sense. So he's actually an Edward Cullen.
I was thinking that too. He's a Twilight vampire.
Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty. You go up into the attic, or at least you attempt to. So...
Yes, Garrett's going to give me a boost.
Yeah, Garrett's going to give you a boost up into the attic. Yeah, you can remember loads about mythology, just not which one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Even worse if you're trying to separate Roman and Greek.
Hey,
Because
you
they're
like...
fundamentally the same.
You're talking to the person who pronounced agave as agave for a long time because no
Yeah.
one told me I was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, Heimdall is the Bifrost lord. So the glittering does make sense, yeah.
The guy who eventually called me on it because I said something like, and I'll just mix agave with it. And he's like, what the hell is agave? And I'm like, agave, you know, the syrup. And he's like, oh, you mean agave? And I'm like, oh, shit. I've been saying it like that for years.
I do now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me. I'm going to go die now.
Alright. How do you get up into the attic?
Well, I'm going to get Garrett to give me a boost, and then
Yep.
I'm going to grab the edge of the thing and hoist myself up.
Alright. Garrett will make an athletics check, and you can make an acrobatics check. You know what, actually, I'm going to make Lucius do this. Lucius, would you mind rolling me !roll space 20 in chat, please?
I just rolled a 17.
Nice.
Plus acrobatics.
Yes.
So 23.
And Lucid's got a 12 plus Garrett's strength, which is not insubstantial. His strength is plus 1. Well, no, his athletics is plus 3. So that's 15 to chuck you up there, and then you get like a 20-something to haul yourself up. Beryl, you totally managed to get up into the attic.
Do I do it like stylishly?
I would say so.
Can I do like a superhero landing?
Yeah, you leap. Garrett gives you a sort of cups his hands and sort of chucks you up. Your hands get to the edge and pull yourself up, and you sort of spring into it, and then land superhero style. If Garrett was into you, the butt would look pretty good from his angle.
This is a platonic relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beryl has motherly feelings towards Garrett.
Yeah. Garrett's
thanks,
like...
Lucis. Nice work. Go
what
team.
Can you see? What can you see? There are several holes in the roof that allow rain to enter. This large room that extends the length of the house. 2 large sacks are heaped in the northwest corner. There are grimy cobwebs on the walls and ceiling. The floor is covered in broken furniture and other rubbish. There's a gaping hole in the floor, which you are standing next to.
Oh, so there's no, like, containers?
Other than, there's a couple of sacks.
Okay. I am going to use my short sword to, like, test the ground and move towards the nearest item of interest.
Do you want me to come up, or are you right up there?
Oh, do you want to come up?
I mean, is there anything?
Oh, there's a few, like, sacks and stuff.
Oh, I don't need to.
Look, I don't know why the
I wouldn't mind a sack.
Okay, all right then, Garrett. Hang on, I'll throw a rope down for you, and I'll like toss a rope down.
Oh, all right. Yeah. You help him up. Athletics check, Beryl. He got a 17 on the dice. You're not going to need very much.
Good, because I got a 13.
Yeah, that's plenty. Garrett hauls himself up as well. Cool. Huh. Oh, this is dingy, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Investigate.
Investigate. That is a 10 for investigation.
Whoever wants to can roll me for Garrett.
Roll better than a 10, chat.
Yes. Neither sack contain anything of any particular note. Beryl. Just old clothing and rags. Bishop Blood, an 18.
Nice.
Omi, what the hell?
You.
A 2. Well, we'll be taking Bishop Blood's roll then. Garrett, on the other hand, spends his time fishing through some of the rubble and rubbish on the floor, and then comes up with an old porcelain doll. He goes, oh, that's creepy. It is costumed to look like a sailor. However, the doll's eyes are made of jade. I'm on a cold streak. He goes, hang on.
You know what's nice about that doll, Garrett? Is that a poltergeist didn't appear and try to kill us.
Oh, you know what? I did not remember that when I picked it up.
But no poltergeist, we're fine. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Beryl, looking at this, each piece of jade would be worth about 10 gold pieces.
Well, those jade eyes alone are worth a pretty penny, Garrett.
The doll itself is really not very nice, though. It's like one of the legs is missing, and yeah.
Look,
like, I might just take the eyes out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little weird, but you could just pop the eyes out
and burn the rest of it, because I don't want an eyeless doll haunting me forever, So Garrett brings the whole thing downstairs and a sack. For his bats. And I think we might take a short break there.
I'm out of beverage.
Same, that's why. So, yeah, we will go and have a quick break, everybody, and be back very, very shortly. So, thanks for hanging out with us, Omi, Bishop Blood, Lucid Lucis. Good to see you all. It's an interesting chat. I've learned some things this evening. I hope everybody else has as well.
I'm all brushed up on my Nordic lore now.
Yeah, and I'm in a much better mood than I was when we started, and Sirenscape decided it didn't want to work. So, let's go for a quick break and be back in 5 to 10. Say goodbye, Karen.
See you soon, guys. Bye.
Vast and ahoy, mateys. We be back. Yes, the Jormungandr does sound absolutely terrifying. 2,000 hit points, 180 points of damage in a round, poisons you that kills you just dead set after 2 minutes regardless, and now you're giving it a wizard to counterspell my attempts to polymorph it.
I do like that it can't do anything until it gets its tail out of its own.
So what you're saying really is we need 2 people with polymorph, because counterspell is a reaction. Yeah. And then it has to fail the save. Its wisdom is probably fairly high. Anyway, let's have some more music. Cool, right, so you're in the attic, you've got the stuff. Yeah, basically, what do you do now? You've explored most of the house. You've explored everything everything above ground. You found a decent place to sleep. Garrett's kind of up for this idea of throwing a bag of bats downstairs, but maybe determine whether or not they're hostile first. There is one room we haven't actually looked in yet.
Oh?
Well, because the room that was at the bottom of the trap door isn't the same room as the one that's down the bottom of the stairs in the kitchen.
I've forgotten about that. So we could go and, because that's separate, so it's not part of the cellar we know people are in. So
not as far as we know. I mean, you couldn't see, as Josh is reminding you, you couldn't see a way to get from that one to this one.
That one. Well, I think that's a good strategy then. We can go down there and have a poke around and maybe see what's going on.
Done me.
So I would like to return to the room that I believe we blocked up.
You did, yes. All right. Garret removes the door of the cupboard that he used to block that doorway. All right, Lucid Lucis is a much meaner DM than I am, by the looks of it. Yeah, you.
What's that joke? It's like I want you to succeed, but I am
trying to kill you. That is the way I approach. Whereas Lucid Lucis is trying to kill you and doesn't really mind if you succeed or not. You're not supposed to succeed, but I'll be impressed if you can. It would appear to be.
Kill this? Wow.
You have 4 rounds to do 1,000 points of damage. Go.
Look, with a bit of luck and some excellent dice rolling.
I mean, yeah, all you need is a wizard in the party to counterspell the counterspell, because it is law you can counterspell.
See, that just seems a little like...
I know, I hate it. I hate that. It's like, what's the point then? I don't like counterspell either, though. Like, I don't mind dispel magic, but counterspells are like, nope. Although, the look you can get...
Jewelry, they're just counterspelling.
Yeah, the look you can get with a... from a party when you counterspell Healing Word to res somebody who'd been knocked out. So funny.
So mean.
They're like, you do that? And I was just like, in this instance, yes. They haven't taken any death saves yet. I want to keep the fucker down. I've just managed to bring down a barbarian. I want him down for a few rounds. Anyway, you head to the wine cellar. So you crack open this door. In the kitchen, you head downstairs. Which one of you's going first? Meat Shield or Beryl? I mean, Garret or Beryl?
I think Garret would be a gentleman and go first.
Very well. Garret proceeds. remembering also that there were tracks leading down here.
Like gingerly.
Yes.
Gingerly.
So, you find yourself in a wine cellar.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Lucis, the one I made is basically a big necromancer skeleton with a scythe. Dope. Love it. So,
Remind me never to play with Lucy.
Shoulder-height wooden bottle racks line the north and west walls in here. There appear to be no intact bottles left in the racks, and shattered bottles cover the floor. Garret sees that and goes, "Aww." Against the east wall is at the foot of the stairs, rest 2 large metal storage bins that look empty from where you are, and in the center of the room lies a human corpse. This one, however, isn't naked or tied up. It is, however, clad in plate mail. A long sword lies by the corpse's right side, and a large tower shield covers their legs.
To be clear, we would have picked up bag of bats on the way back down.
Oh, sure.
So we have the bag of bats.
You have the bag of bats. I will say that you gingerly transferred them from the bag that they were in into one of the sacks you found in the roof.
Yes.
So Garret now has his bag for putting his bedroll back in. That he turned inside out and shook.
Okay. Well, that would appear to be a dead guy.
Yeah, and he's been there for a while.
He has. Oh dear. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go over and have a look.
Very well.
And I go over and have a look.
You do that. Are you looking or touching?
At this moment, I'm only looking. Sorry, the rabbits are
Did
playing.
a Bono come in?
Yes, we have a Tory. Hello, Tory. He's probably annoyed that there's no treats because Guinea ate them all.
Good.
There were treats, but Guinea got to them
Not
first.
for him.
Wait. Guinea's the one that needs to lose weight.
Oh, they were for him then.
Guinea's
so, yeah, the plate mail looks pretty banged up.
Right.
It looks to be, and you could guess this just from, I'm not even going to make you roll for it, the result of a brutal clubbing and kicking.
Oh no.
But it looks like it's still serviceable and would fit a medium-sized creature. Technically speaking, you could theoretically wear it.
I don't know if I want to be honest.
The longsword and the shield are both in good condition.
But they're probably too big for us, right?
The longsword is big. It's this person was clearly like an armored knight sort of thing. Garret could use it. Technically, he is proficient with it, but it would be a very big sword for a halfling.
Okay.
And the tower shield is basically a door for Garret. Like, it's almost his height. Could be useful. And they're both, like, valuable. Like, and this is what he would say, was like, well, I don't know if I can actually, I'm pretty good in armor, but
yeah.
It wouldn't be, it's so heavy, I don't know if I could move particularly well in it.
Well, we don't have to do anything with it. We can, like,
well, we could take it with us and sell it, you know.
It's not a dead guy. We could just, leave it there.
We could, but we don't have to strip him naked to have it off him.
He might be a friend of the people on the other side of that wall as well.
Then would they have left him here though?
I don't know. We don't know anything about it. Maybe they're a bunch of freaks, Garret. We haven't considered this.
I actually have considered that.
Oh, okay.
Not thoroughly, and not to any significant end, but it did occur to me that people living out here in an abandoned house in the basement might be up to no good or a bit weird.
Right. Though we are the ones with a bag of bats.
That's for a reason. I wouldn't have kept the bag of bats if there wasn't people in the basement.
That's a good point, actually. Speaking of the bag of bats, are the bats, like, active, or are they kind of chill?
They've chilled out a little bit. Now that they've realized I can't get out of the bag. Every now and again you can see one of them moves.
Okay, that's good, I suppose.
He also, the corpse also has a backpack on. It's lying on its back. So to look in it, you would have to touch it and move it. And
Garret, do you mind helping me, extract that backpack, just in case it's a...
Oh, sure, Beryl.
Interested in it, maybe?
Yeah, alright. Make me an investigation check. With advantage, because Garret is helping you.
I rolled a 2 and a 4.
Oof. Yeah.
A 9 to
a 9.
Okay, which just feels a little bit unfair. Just saying. Just a
Um,
tiny bit.
Yeah, you do. You manage to roll him over. This is really to determine what you find. Within the backpack, you determine that this person's probably an adventurer. This is an explorer's pack. It has a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, and 50 feet of hempen rope.
Okay.
It doesn't have any... the rations appear to have been taken, as does the water skin, but everything else is still there.
Alrighty then. So, a few useful things.
And Garrett's like, yeah, I mean...
No spiders.
The bag's a bit big for me.
Well, neither of us really need the bag, do we?
No. But we can always have a third bedroll. That might make the bed upstairs a bit more comfortable.
This is true. This is very true. Can I examine the bag for any secret pockets, maybe? Is there a seam that might be bulging in a strange way? Something like that.
Interesting. You can. Another investigation check. You don't get advantage on this one, though.
That'll be a 12 on the dice, so a grand total of 17 to see if I can find a secret. See if I can find this man's weed stash sewn into the ladder.
You do not find any such, I'm afraid. However, Beryl, as you are sort of looking around on this thing, your eyes pass over the bottoms underneath the wine racks, and you see a bottle that looks to still be full. It looks like it might have rolled underneath the wine racks.
Oh. Hey, Garret, I think I found a full bottle.
No. Hell yeah. Nice, Beryl. Still
I'll
got people in the basement, but... yeah.
I'm gonna go try and retrieve this aforementioned
You do.
bottle.
You find it. It is a large green bottle. The label bears an image of a jauntily dressed unicorn. And it does appear to be full. There is still a cork in it, and the green bottle, it's hard to determine what color the contents is. But from studying the label, which is written in Elvish, but I believe you speak Elvish.
I do indeed.
It is a dessert wine.
Oh, do you like dessert wine, Garret? It's a little sweet, sticky sort of a deal.
Not really my thing, but
I will say it's mighty nice on a bit of pork, cook the pork in some sweet wine.
Oh, look, Beryl, I'll try anything once.
You sound so doubtful, my friend. It's delicious.
Okay, great. Beryl, you would guess that this is actually you've got a 17. This is actually quite a rare vintage.
Oh, Garret.
You recognize the label.
Wine.
It's like,
This is fancy.
To a proper buyer, this would be a 50 gold pieces worth of wine.
Oh no, Garret, we can't drink this. This is worth 50 gold.
Oh.
We gonna sell this bad boy.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I don't need we've got beer. I don't need to drink that much. Nice. Is that the most valuable thing we found here so far?
How much is the armor worth?
Oh, suit of plate mail is like 400 gold pieces.
Oh, no, that armor is worth more, but the bottle is significantly easy to transport.
Do we want to have that off?
Oh, I feel like if we're going to start stripping corpses, we should probably...
Why don't we make sure there's no one else around first and, sort of...
Yeah, I feel like we should maybe check in with our... Well, not our friends, but,
the other people here.
Does
make me wonder why they didn't. It felt like either they're a friend of theirs, in which case, why didn't they sort the body out? It's been here a few days.
Yeah, it's not a fresh one. It's perplexing, is what it is, Garrett. And I kind of.
What do you think's going on, Beryl? Like, level with me. What do you reckon's going on in your experience?
In my experience, well, I think they're out here because they're doing something that they don't want to be disturbed doing.
That tracks.
So...
And it looks like this person maybe disturbed them.
Yeah, so if we're gonna go confront him again, because my concern is that if we spend the night here, we're gonna be bothered in some way, and...
I mean, it's noteworthy, he's downstairs.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want people coming downstairs.
Oh, we're downstairs.
Do you think they left him here as like a warning?
Could be. Could I do a perception check real quick? Is anyone sneaking up on us right now?
Yeah, you can do a perception check. Good idea.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. There, you do not find, you do not hear anybody sneaking up on you. You sort of do a quick check around. However, you do notice, there are tracks on the floor that lead to a wall at the far end.
Would this be the wall that would theoretically connect to the other room by any chance?
It might do, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and investigate, but careful like.
Yeah. Just trying to find.
Because I don't want to, grab the mysterious candlestick and accidentally, shoot myself into the secret space. But, I was curious,
Yeah.
He's got his.
Yeah.
He's got his
I'm just just finding the bit. Yeah, it goes. It's basically it is a stretch of brick wall that the footsteps basically just pass straight under.
Huh.
And as you press your ear up to it, you can hear you can't hear people or anything, but you can detect an empty space on the far side of the wall. It doesn't feel like there's dirt on the far side. It feels like hollow.
Yeah, that makes sense,
What did you find?
I think, Garrett, this might be another way into that other room.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Because there wasn't, there were stairs going up, but they didn't look like they used that a lot.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the obvious way in, and that's the way that's got the scary boomy voice.
It's guarded.
And, yeah. It's protected. And then this one is, the less obvious way. So obviously hasn't screamed at me yet.
So, what do we do?
Look, this may sound a little crazy, but I feel like we should just go in there and just be like, hey, we don't want to get murdered in our sleep. So we just want to sort this out because we just want somewhere to sleep where we're not going to get wet.
I'm not against this plan, not at all, but
But
what do we do if they attack us?
Well, you do have a bag of bats.
I do, and I'm more than happy to throw it. It would
that
be
would at
very,
least
very
be
funny.
And a powerful distraction.
Yeah. Would you want us, like, if they are violent, we throw the bats and then close the door again?
Yeah.
Until the shouting stops?
I mean, we could throw the bats, get out of there, and then basically kind of see how that pans out for them.
I mean, do we want to just... Do we want to then go back in? Or do we want to stay and make sure that the bats do the job? Tell you what, I'll take my cue from you. If violence starts happening, I'll throw the bag, and then if you pull back out of the room, I will too.
Right.
And then we can close the door.
That works. Yeah. Let's start with that.
But we don't want violence.
No, but if it happens, you have that bag of bats ready to go.
I do. All right. Okay. Great.
That's the plan.
So how do we open this thing then?
I would like to look for anything that looks like a handle, like a brick that's possibly a little more wood,
an investigation
maybe a
check.
That is 10.
You'd have advantage as he's helping.
Thank goodness. Well, I got a 9, but that is plus
5, so 14.
So 14.
Yeah. Garret points out, this brick here, I think. And it depresses slightly and then allows you to pull the pull the wall across.
Oh my goodness.
It's like exciting. And you depress it slightly and you're like, oh, okay. I was like, do we want to like go in fast? Like, everybody hands on the ground.
I don't think that's necessary. I think just open it up and see what happens.
Okay. Now, how quiet have you been down here?
Like we haven't been whispering, but we haven't been shouting.
Very well. Okay. You open the door then, do you, or does Garret?
I say we open it together.
Okay. You and Garret heave the door open. Beyond, the room beyond, you find is, it's quite a large room, the cellar, you remember it from before. It's a torchlit chamber that was once a large cellar, but it has been converted into living quarters. 10 crude beds stand along the south wall, each with a wooden locker at the foot. A long wooden trestle table ringed in rickety stools and chairs dominates the center of the room. Metal cutlery, cups, and dirty plates sit atop it. There is a cook stove installed near where you are entering. Along the wall, a large ham hangs from a loop of twine near the stove. A sturdy set of stairs leads up to the trapdoor in the ceiling that is now at the other end of the room from where you're coming in. There are 2 wooden doors at this end of the room, but you actually can't see either of them from this door. And it does not, at first glance, appear to have anybody in it. From where you are, you cannot see anybody.
Cool. I would like to do an Arcana check to see if anyone has magically concealed themselves.
Very well. There is bits of the room you can't see from where you currently stand.
Yeah, but I want to see if there's like anyone invisible.
Nope. Valid.
14 plus 5, so 19 to find any sneaky magical people.
You don't detect very much magic in this room. However, you get a very strong sense of aura of magic to your left.
What is to my left?
A wall.
A wall. Does it look like a sturdy wall?
No, it is. Yeah, it's stone. So you are at one end of the room functionally. It all goes to your right. There is a wall. The wall doglegs off to a bit of the room you can't see, but it's not a very large bit of the room. To your left, but everything else is to your right. The beds and the stairs and the table are all to your right.
Okay.
But yeah, past the wall, you are getting a strong magical aura some distance away. You would say probably 20, 30 feet away.
Okay. I'm going to approach it carefully.
Very well. Stealthily?
Yeah, stealthily. Let's go with stealthily. Gingerly. Oh dear. I just crit failed.
Okay. Do you make a perception check as well to listen for any people in this room?
I would be listening very carefully, yes.
Okay, perception check then.
16 on the perception check.
Okay.
Which is, yeah, plus 3, so 19.
Beryl, Garret is right behind you with his bag of bats. And you are sneaking around the corner to this bit of the room you can't see.
Yeah.
One of your feet treads on... actually, the floor down here is stone. So you inadvertently kick a bottle. You're not looking where you're going perfectly, and this bottle just skitters across the floor. And you go... and at that moment, you hear someone go, "Now!" And an arrow flies at you, Beryl.
No, bats! Bats!
Definitely. Garret will throw the bats. Oh my god, I got a natural 20 for this attack. So, Beryl, you are going to be shot by a longbow, taking 1d8. Well, it's 2d8 now.
Oh, shoot.
They did. An 11 plus 2. 13 points of damage, Beryl. Roll initiative. So that's 15 you've taken so far today. Yes, I will roll for the people in the room.
Do we get bats as a bonus action?
Yeah, bats happen at the same time.
Well, shoot, I just rolled a grand total of 7 for my initiative. So
Okay, Beryl gets a 7. Garret got a nat 20.
Go, Garret. You bring him back.
So he's got a plus 2, so 22, and the other people in this room got a 19 on the dice. What the hell? So I just rolled 3 dice. I got 2 nat 20s and a 19. They all have reasonably good decks, but it's not as good as Garret, so the enemies will be getting a 21. And so, yeah.
Good for them, they're having a good
Garret
day.
throws the bats. They are now not having as great a day. You get to, because you have just gotten to the corner, you see, crouched behind, hiding behind this corner, is a small area. It is only about 10, 15 feet long and 10 feet wide.
Right.
And hiding in it, sort of trying to stay out of sight, are a pair of human men. Both are armed with short swords and look ready to use them. And then they have a bag of bats thrown at them. I will roll. In fact, I will ask anybody in chat to roll initiative for the bag of bats. The Sturges. They will also get to go separately. And they will attack the people they've been thrown at. At the far end of the room, hiding behind the staircase that you looked down before, Bishop Blood got an 18 on the dice. Wow. Hey, Serum, good to see you. I will take the 18 from Bishop Blood for the Sturges. Yeah, it's a good one. Sturges have a plus... reasonably good dex. Plus 3, 21. They equaled the bandits. And they have a higher dex, so they'll be going first. It's like,
So there's only 2 guys.
Serum, I will take that 12 as the percentage of them, as it's 60% of the bats are going to attack the things that they've been thrown at. The other 40% of them aren't. which means 2 of the bats will be not attacking the bandits. They'll be attacking somebody else. Beryl, you just got shot by somebody at the far end of the room with a bow.
So there's more than 2.
There is. There is a third person down the far end of the room. And, Garret throws the bag, and then he's like... he pulls out his crossbow, I'm going to say, I think, and fires back at this person. Missing completely. He rolled a nat 1. There's the other end of that. Why am I not using this? Oh, let's actually use D&D Beyond. That's sort of what it's for. Crossbow, light. There we go.
It's me.
There, that's better. 23. Yeah. He clocks this guy with his crossbow for 10 points of damage to the guy with the bow down the far end, who takes it in the stomach, and it's a nasty, nasty hit. And it has hurt him badly. And he snarls. And then the bag of bats attacks. So yeah, I will. So 4 of the 6 Sturges are going to attack the 2 guys that were hiding around the corner. Pair of 12s on the dice for the first 2, and an 18 bats. And an 11. They all have a +3 or 4 to hit, I think. So it's no, it's +5. Yeah. So the minimum was a 16, which means they each do 1d4. So they're going to split their attacks 2 to each guy, and do 2d4. The first guy takes 7 piercing damage.
Bad, but at the same time, this is funny.
The other one only takes 5. That's still very funny. So yeah, the first one takes 7, and the other takes 5. And they all have, both of them have 2 Sturges attached to their body in some place. And they go, One of the Sturges is going to attack Garret, but got an 8 on the dice. The third is, and the last one is going to flutter down the room for the just trying to look for a way out, but inevitably finds the other guy. However, it doesn't have the range to actually get to the other person. It is the bandits' turn. I'm going to say that both of those bandits are going to attack the Sturges that are on them. Get it off! Oh, horrible! Oh, no! Oh, dear! They both do quite well. And kill one of the Sturges that are on each of them with their short swords. They're like, what the hell? They do that. The one that's down there at the far end, however, will shoot again. She's going to shoot at Garret this time. It's going to make 2 longbow attacks. One is going to miss, but the other is going to hit. A 19, I think. Yes, a 19 and a 9. So that one is going to hit Garret for 6 points of piercing damage to Garret.
Still doing better than me.
Oh, he's all right. He's fine. It sort of clunks off his shoulder and leaves a nasty gash on his upper arm. But he's like, "Ow! Look out, Beryl! This one's got teeth." And he's also being swarmed by a Sturge. He's like, I know, I didn't want you in the bag either. I'm sorry. Beryl, it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna. I'm torn because I could cast.
That'll put the Sturges out.
This is true. I have a crossbow. I'm going to shoot someone.
Yeah, very well. Who are you going to shoot? The two guys who are occupied with sturges, or the archer?
The person who shot me.
Very well, yeah. So there is I'm going to say she's a woman, a female human down the far end who appears to be nastily accurate with a longbow.
How dare she? Oh, wow, 17 plus 6, so 20.
Is a hit. Roll damage.
I need a d6. 5.
5 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh. Where do you hit her?
In the shoulder.
Yeah, she takes the hit in the shoulder. It doesn't knock her out, but yeah, she's injured. Do you have any bonus actions you would like to do?
I would like to give Garret Bardic Inspiration, please.
Nice. Yeah, Garret is dealing with a sturge. We go back to the top of the order. It is Garret's turn. What do you think Garret should do? Chat, if anyone has any specific thoughts about what Garret should do. He has a sturge up in his grill now.
I feel like he should deal with the sturge first.
Yeah, they're nasty things. Alrighty. He's going to drops his crossbow and pulls out his two hand weapons. Yeah, he's going to make an attack against the sturge. What is his? Why am I using that? Short sword. 15? 15 against the sturge. The sturge's AC is 14. He hits it, and it only has 2 hit points, so it dies. He has a bonus action that he could attack with. So he actually is going to head towards one of the bandits who are still being attacked by, have sturges attached to them at this point. And he's going to attack one of them as well with his offhand weapon. For a 19 on the dice, 24. Go Garret.
Garret. Go Garret.
He has 2 weapon fighting, so he does get to add his... Oh, heck yeah. That's max damage. 9 points of damage. Garret. Beryl, Beryl, would you care to describe how Garret does this?
So he's attacking with his sword?
Yeah. This is the scimitar.
The scimitar. Okay. He's gonna go under the guy's arm into the side of his chest.
Ooh. The guy lets out a wheeze and drops to the ground. The sturge that is attacking him releases. And, it is going to... Alright, Karen, pick highs or lows. And Serum, if you would do me the favor of rolling a 1d2 in chat.
Highs.
Highs, noted. Alrighty, Serum, we are looking for a 2, please. Well, yeah. A 1! Alright, no, it goes for Garret.
I always pick wrong. Every time you ask highs or lows, I pick wrong. It's not fair.
Yeah.
I pretty much... Yeah. I'm just resigned.
Thank you, Serum. Garret now gets a second sturge. The sturge has had an awful lot to drink, though. They can only contain 10 hit points worth of fluid, and this one's already taken, 7, so it won't actually do that much hurt to Garret, even if it manages to hit him, which it will now try to do, because it is its turn. So the other one, the one that's still latched on, will just drink from the guy it's attached to. Oh god, it kills him. It finishes him. He just sort of lets out a wheeze and drops to the floor. And he looks not dissimilar to the chap you saw upstairs.
I'm really glad that they didn't manage to attack.
And the sturge in question lets go, releases, and it looks like a pufferfish, like it's gone... and it sort of flaps very lazily towards the door you came in through. It's like, way out, fantastic. I'll go and digest this delicious repast in peace. The other one...
Can I try and throw a bag over it?
Yeah, if you like. On your turn, I will say it passes past you. Well, actually, no, I'll let you use your reaction if you like to attempt a attack of opportunity, because it's not possible for it to go past you without entering the space above you, adjacent to you. So yeah, all right, make an attack of op with a bag, probably the same bag.
Just like, oh, I don't want that thing creeping up on me later. He rolled an 8. I don't know if I get any bonuses with my bag.
You wouldn't be proficient with bags, I don't think. So no, it dodges nimbly out of the way and continues out. But you do think that possibly this thing looks very full. You imagine it would probably take it a couple of days to digest that, okay. And the body upstairs was not fresh.
It's not an immediate threat.
No. Actually, sorry, the body upstairs was fresh. Just for clarity, I want that on the record. Right. The body was fresh. As in, within the last few hours. Rigor was still in place. And now, the other one is going to attack Garret. A 10 on the dice means it's a 15, and that is, as I understand it, Suki the Dwagon, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. It's a good name.
I like your name.
Like that. Equals beats Garrett's armor class, so it is going to hit him. It latches onto his neck and does a single point of damage, so 4. Which it fills up. It is now looking pretty full as well.
I don't like these things.
Yeah, nasty little vampire bats.
Unfortunately, Hopsilo Singh, you are about to get blocked.
Begone, bot. Yeah.
Sorry, Hopsilo Singh. You are banished from the castle.
The cove.
You really think they would come up with like a better opening line? Because like basically that opening line is basically a one-way ticket to Bansville.
Yeah.
I'm just like, guys, you got to warm into it.
Yeah.
They just don't learn,
Lure me in with friendship first. I don't know. Yeah. Hi, Tsuki the Dragon. We are playing. We are playing D&D. We are currently having a bit of a fight. There's some vampire bats. There was some bandits as well. That was actually the thing they were supposed to be fighting. But they brought a bag of bats that they captured in the attic down and threw them at the bandits. And it's great. I have so much time for this plan. It's amazing. Very, very happy with this plan.
What are we going to do? Well, I guess we'll just throw a bag of bats and see what happens. Chaos, as it turns out. Much chaos. Delicious chaos.
Most of the bots are just compromised accounts, so it's better to just time out for a second as they only come in for a stream once per account and then leave. Started using compromise.
Interesting.
That's
Thank
sad.
you for the info.
Noted. We just banned them. It's quite satisfying. It's quite satisfying.
It's one of the few areas of my life where I can exert complete control. You shall not.
Demanding puppy. Hello.
When is she not demanding? She was on me most of the time.
Yes.
Her breath is foul, by the way. What are we feeding her?
She had some blue cheese earlier.
Well, that would do it.
Yes. Just swing the banhammer. Yes. This is so Tsuki. This is our puppy Siri. Yes. Hello. She loves cheese. I'm interested to see what it does to her. Whatever.
I'm not.
Hello. Yes. Yes, this is Siri. She's actually about 18 months old at this point, but yeah, she's a sweetheart. And we are having a bit of combat. So, the Sturges just attacked. There's a third one down there still. Well, there was the one that went for Garret. That Garret killed. And each of the dudes killed one as well. Then one of them flew away, one of them flew at Garret, and one of them flew down the hall towards your new friend out there. And it's going to get there.
Hey!
Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Ooh. I have never played Pathfinder. I'm a 5e person. I was trained on 5e, so that's what I know. But I know many things of it, and it looks like too much math for me.
I do want to try Pathfinder.
Because I've had more than one person say,
we need to get Dag to teach us, really.
Yes, we need to get Dag on to play Pathfinder with us.
Yeah. So, yeah, this last Sturge is going to attack the archer down the far end of the room. A 16 is enough to hit them.
No. I feel a bit bad.
This Sturge grabs on, and you hear a shriek of terror as this woman has a bat attach itself to her neck. Yeah, it's a lot more number crunchy than 5e. Yeah, well, we are Corsairs Cove is a D&D channel. We focus on heavy-duty roleplay. This is like the first combat in like 3 sessions.
Oh shit, it really is.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of combat. Like, we didn't have combat the entire game you ran.
Oh, we did.
We shot a pig.
You did shoot a pig.
We did. We were in an initiative order for the scarecrow, but it never got to do anything because I kept shattering it.
Yeah, you did.
And heat metal. Yeah, Garret shot it.
That ended very quickly. Okay, can I advance on this woman that has
she has dropped.
Oh, okay.
She may not be dead yet, but she has dropped.
Well, I'm gonna try and save her then.
Both of the other bandits would appear to be dead. But this one is unconscious, sort of 0 hit points. But if you get there quick enough.
Right, I'm going to rush to try and save her life.
Very well. Make a medicine check, Beryl.
Shit.
Which will involve removing the Sturge. You have the bag.
I'll grab it with the bag. I'm not good at medicine checks though, and the way I've been rolling tonight, she may be about to die.
If animal handling is better, you could do that.
Look, they're the same, and I rolled it too.
I'm afraid she dies before you can get the Sturge off. However, I will say you managed to get the Sturge back in the bag. It's now a very full-looking Sturge. Yeah, it's gross.
Oh, cool. Oh, it's like, shoot, I was gonna try and save her life.
Yeah, as you pull the Sturge off, a good chunk of flesh comes off her neck.
Oh, God. I'm not a doctor, I'm sorry.
And the light fades from her eyes. She did shoot you.
She did shoot me. You know, I'm going to focus on that. She did try to kill me.
Yeah.
Can I make a kind of judgment on who these people are by how they're dressed? Can I judge them based on appearance, please?
Yes. Read the book by the cover. Yeah, you can try. Make an investigation check.
Bloody hell, I just rolled a 3.
Wow, you're rolling really bad tonight.
I'm rolling dog shit tonight, and I've used 2 different dice as well, so...
Yeah, Suki the Dragon, this is something that Karen and I have recently started doing, is one-on-one D&D. It's something we're trying out. We quite like it, and what's fun is that we take it in turns to DM. So the characters are consistent, but we take it in turns to be them. So Garret is an NPC that the DM controls, but he's basically a player character. He's just the DM's character. Essentially. And Beryl is our primary character. On other nights of the week, we do other things. I will be over on Ardent Roleplay tomorrow morning for Jasper's Game Week. I'll be DMing over there. I play on Phoenixy Wacky on Wednesday. Or I will be playing on Phoenixy Wacky on Wednesday night. On Thursday night, we have our Humblewood game, which is a full party situation. And we are starting up a second game in that same world very soon. So yeah, there's and we are strong on the roleplay. So if you like roleplay a lot, stick around.
We like our characters to interact.
Maybe smash that follow button. I don't know, not a doctor. So yeah, and neither is Beryl. So Beryl is checking out these people. What did you roll? Garret would be helping.
An 8. Oh, so I get advantage. Yay! Oh, 13. Oh, thank goodness. That's an 18 then. Too.
Very well. Yeah.
Judge these people based on appearance only.
These are not
dead, and I can't talk to them.
They're not military. They are not professionals of any particular stripe. A couple look like they might be mariners, like sailors, like just from their outfits. The archer, they're all dressed in common clothing. The archer is wearing leather armor. The other 2 weren't even wearing that. None of the weapons are particularly well made, but they are serviceable, functional weapons. The room itself, however, has a bunch of stuff in it. And Garret would be looking around as well. Interestingly, none of them have any valuables in any of their pockets.
So they weren't planning on going anywhere in a hurry.
There are... Each of the beds has a footlocker, however, and there are 10 beds. You also find 2 doors at the far end, where you unleashed the bats.
Do they go to...
Garret has a bat on them as well, just as a point.
Oh, I would try and help.
Well, Garret would be Garret's turn first, and he will dispose of it.
Should we try to extract the bat?
He actually fails. I rolled a 7 and a 2 for his attack, so he fails. Which is probably why you didn't get there in time to save the woman, because you were saving Garret.
Yes, I would save Garret first.
So, yeah. I would say you managed to get 2 of the Sturges back in the bag. 3 of them are dead, and the last has gotten away. So you have 2 very full bats in your bag. So it's still technically a bag of bats, plural. Garret's like, oh, I don't like those things at all. That was very unpleasant.
Yeah, I don't think I was quite prepared for how gnarly that would be when I told you to throw a bag of bats at those folk.
It worked, though. Did it not work? I mean, if we'd had to fight 3 of them on our own without the bats, that would have been... Well, it would have been a lot less pleasant.
Are you okay? Do you want some healing?
I'm good. Maybe, well, let's have a bit of a look around.
Yeah, I think that's all of them. No one else is trying to kill us, so I hope so.
Upon closer inspection, you are standing near these doors. One of the doors is barred.
Oh.
There is a door... How best to describe it? Yeah, the rightmost door of the 2 as you're looking at them is barred. The left door... so, the wall does a sort of kink. Mm-hmm. The door that's there isn't barred. The door that's there is. So, the one that would go further on... and you know from the layout of the house, if this matches the layout of the house upstairs, there is quite a bit more to go. And you also got the Arcana check from earlier.
Oh, that there was some magic back here.
Yeah, that would be the door that led to the magic.
Okay.
Whereas the door that's barred would be the door to the magic.
Right. Well,
the other door, not so much.
Can I have a quick look behind the non-magical door that isn't barred? And
you may. Yeah, unlike the outside, this small room holds comfortable furnishing and appears well cared for.
Oh. Well,
there's a comfortable-looking bed in the northwest corner that has a wooden locker at its foot. A small wooden table stands beside it at the east wall, with a padded leather chair beside it. On the table, a brass 3-branch candlestick with 3 burning candles provides the room with bright light. The candles, though not fresh, are far from spent. Under the table is a small wooden box and an unlit bullseye lantern with a movable shutter over the lens. On the shelf above the table sit 3 books. In the northeast corner is a closed wooden wardrobe.
All right, well, should we have a quick poke around, you think, Garret?
Yeah, all right. He would go straight over to the books.
Not surprised. I would like to check out the wardrobe, please.
You do that. Yeah. Make me investigation checks. You would be,
Oh, natural 20!
Oh, yeah, boy! Yeah.
Making up for all my 2s and 3s.
Yeah, so, searching the room, Garret, the 3 books are a volume, is a naval almanac listing tide times for the area of coast around here. Total of about 100 miles of coastline is covered, but the area around Bottledown, pardon me, a treatise concerning the demigod Eos and his minions. IUZ. And its minions. And Garret flicks through the last one and goes, oh. Oh, it's, and then he opens it and shows you. It's erotic poetry.
Well, different strokes for different folks.
It's fully illustrated.
Oh, my lord. Oh, wow. I'm not that bendy.
And he looks like, yeah. He looks like he's going to put it down now.
You can take it, Garret. I won't judge. In fact, if I turn my back, you can take it or not take it as you see fit, and I will not even know. And I'll turn my back and be like.
He's like, oh, I'll take it, but I fully intend to sell it. I swear, because it's probably worth about 10 gold pieces. You can do whatever you like with it, Garret, as long as I can't hear. I don't want to take it now.
Look, it's worth a few pennies. So,
it's worth some gold pieces, worth 10 days of good lodging. In the wardrobe, which is where you said you checked, is a fancy floor-length oilskin coat.
Oh my!
Its sleeves contain numerous pockets, and it is trimmed in iridescent green silk.
Oh my!
It's worth 5 gold pieces, and it's quite nice.
Would it fit me?
Not perfectly, but quite well.
Could I get it taken in, maybe?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Garret, look, I found. And I'll do a little twirl on it.
He goes, the green doesn't work with the rest of your outfit, but it's still very nice.
Yeah, that is fair. Well, you know what? It's a bit too big, so maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll get the lining changed for maybe a fetching shade of purple.
Maybe.
And I'll fold it up and put it.
Maybe you could dye it. One way or the other, if we're out in the rain, it'll be quite nice. It's an oilskin coat. The outside is brown.
Yes, it'll be very handy if we have to flee this place into the rain.
Finishing checking out the room, you find under the table there is a hidden compartment.
Oh my!
And in it is a book. And Beryl, you are familiar enough with this sort of thing to know it is a spell book.
I'll kind of get it out slightly reverently and be like, Garret, I think it's a magic book.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, wow. Can I have a flick through it?
Yes. So you would be aware that wizards tend to be fairly idiosyncratic about their notation methods. Each wizard does it differently. It's why, you can't just pick up a spell book and use it.
Yeah.
But the person who owns this spell book would seem to know quite a few spells, including minor illusion and magic mouth.
Would I be able to learn spells by reading this book?
No, you're a bard.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I can sell it.
You could definitely sell it. It'd probably be worth. The thing is, it wouldn't necessarily be worth a huge amount because it's only the wizard who owns it would be able to really utilize it in a meaningful way. Right. But yeah, I would allow you on a very high. Make me an Arcana check, a very high DC one. God to grow Tsuki the Dragon. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And we hope to see you again soon.
And we do put our Eps up on YouTube if you want to follow up and find out what happens next. That is an 11 on the dice, so I have a feeling that's not going to be high enough. No. Because
if you'd gotten quite high, I would have allowed you to learn a cantrip from it. But yeah,
that's fair. Well, there's no harm in taking it. I have a feeling we just killed whoever owned it, so.
Maybe, yeah. Garret checks out the small wooden box at the footlocker. It contains 12 candles, flint and steel, and a piece of parchment that details. It's a communication system.
Oh.
He peruses it and goes like, oh, it's like a signaling system.
Interesting. Signal who?
And then he looks at the lantern and he goes, I don't know who, but that would be how they did it. And points at the lantern. Because it's basically like a basic Morse code, from what you can tell. Sort of on, off, that sort of thing. And Beryl, you can make an intelligence check if you like.
Oh no, if they called for help. I only got a 6 on the dice.
Don't worry about it then. It's interesting, but otherwise doesn't provide you any particular information.
Right. Should we disable it somehow, maybe?
What, the lantern?
Yeah.
Well, if we've killed its owner.
Yeah, but like there's 10 beds out there and there's only 3 of them. I feel like there might be like other people.
Garrett's having a look through the 3rd book as well. The one about the demigod Lutz or Yitz. And he finds a sheet of parchment in there. This is all going off your Nat 20 investigation. It contains a few simple words and phrases in common and their equivalents in another language.
Oh.
And Beryl, I will allow you to make a history check on these words from your time in the watch.
Oh no, have I just killed the watch? History, did you say?
Yes.
That is a 14 begin.
This is Goblin.
Oh.
The other language is Goblin.
Thank you.
You know because one of the words is fight, and you know the Goblin word for fight.
Right. This is Goblin. They're communicating with goblins. Why would they be doing that?
There is only about 7 or 8 words. It is, you only know, you can tell, you know it says fight. Once you realize that is the Goblin word for fight, and written next to it is common fight, then you can infer that what they all are is translations. There is stop, fight, lift, come, rest, cook.
Why do I have a feeling, Garret, that there are goblins in the magic room?
Oh.
Because if they were like, these are like commands. So maybe they have goblin slaves here?
Oh.
Like, this may be like completely out of left field, but I was just thinking there's a magical room that's all locked up and words here to tell goblins how to do things.
Yeah. No, I'm picking up what you're putting down, Beryl. I don't like the idea, but you know.
No, I don't either. But
maybe goblins helping them. You know, if they're bandits or something.
Yeah.
They were violent. Rest, sleep, come, fight.
Rest, sleep, come, fight. Sounds like a week with my wife. Your poor wife, Sarah.
Thanks, Serum.
Oh dear. Okay.
Garret would say, "Do we want to check out, like, investigate the rest of the room out there first? Like, see if we can find out anything else from, like, the footlockers or something?"
That might be an idea. This place is confusing.
I mean, I think I am closer to answers. They're definitely up to something shady here.
Well, we don't need to see. Could they be pirates? They have a tide chart.
Yeah. And a means of communicating with something. And we're up in the cliffs, but we've been going down now. We'd be under the cliffs.
And that window up there was to look out at the river.
That river's big as well. You could get a ship up that.
Maybe it's a way to see if the boat's coming to pick you up.
Oh! He picks up the lantern, and you notice that the feet on it are a bit like they're not very smooth.
Oh! So could that be what was put in the window?
You reckon they were signaling with this?
Yeah.
Oh. So maybe they're talking to pirates? Maybe they are pirates.
Either way, we need to do some more poking around real quick.
Definitely, definitely. If there's 10 of them, though, and we've only killed 3...
Well, I feel like if there were another 7, they'd be out here trying to kill us.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe they're in that room, but it's barred from the outside.
Well, they want to keep someone in there. This is why I'm worried about there being goblins in there.
Well, yeah. Unless there's somewhere else we haven't found yet. We've already found one secret door.
Well, I suppose we better go back out and kind of comb this room down.
Alright. Make an investigation check. With advantage, because he's helping.
Still a 15 total.
15. Very well. Yeah. So, searching the large room, you would find... the 10-foot lockers are all locked. And Garret gleefully just cracks them all open with his crowbar. I'm not even going to roll for it.
The more astute among you may have noticed that the model we made of Garret is holding a crowbar because he's just used it so much.
Just uses it so much. They all contain personal effects and a pouch of gold. Each one contains 7 gold pieces and 15 silver pieces. It would appear that all of these people are being paid the same amount.
Very egalitarian pirates, if that is the case.
The bar on the door that is barred is damaged and bent, as if something has tried to push the door open from the other side.
Right. That's not terrifying at all. Have we found any other secret rooms, or does this appear to be the only other space?
Oh, sorry, I apologize. The door also has the word danger scrawled on it in common.
No shit. I would never have guessed that this room was potentially dangerous.
Beryl, towards the back end of the room, near the staircase, you find a bookshelf. It doesn't have any books on it.
Oh.
But you find in a recess just above your head height a button that causes the bookshelf to slide to the side.
Oh, I found another secret compartment.
It's not a compartment. This is a door. This leads to a wooden staircase, and you can hear the tide beyond, water sloshing in and out.
Does it go down or up?
Down, and I think we will leave it there.
I feel bad about killing 3 people, but I feel like they are caught up in some sort of criminal enterprise.
Almost certainly, yeah. You've done some good sleuthing this evening.
I am sleuthed.
You are.
Now I can't lose a southern accent.
Hey, look, it took you long enough to get it.
I always slip into Cockney at first because Garret.
Because that's what Garret's voice, yeah.
Garret does it, and Cash has a slightly different Cockney accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of Cockney going around my head.
Well, yeah, I think we should wrap things up. So, as always, we will do our favourite moments. Karen, favourite self moment?
Favorite self moment. I did enjoy screaming at Garret to unleash the bats. That was very satisfying.
Yeah. My favorite Beryl moment of the session. I think I liked your when you fell through the rafters and You're consistently bad rolling.
I know.
I actually, you know what? I'm gonna. It's a favorite Karen moment, not a favorite Beryl moment. I really liked how chill you were about that, because it sucks to continually roll badly, and I really liked that you were like easygoing about it. You didn't get irritated, you didn't get angry, you didn't get antsy.
I suppose part of it is with Beryl, like she's not like a total crazy.
She's not a badass, no.
She is a person who goes on adventures, and you know, there's room for her to be bad at things, and it actually to feel characterful. It's actually quite refreshing, because a lot of my characters, I like write them as like total badasses, and then you know, when they fail, it feels really frustrating, because you're like, oh, but you're meant to be a total badass. Why are you failing at shit?
Whereas Beryl can be incompetent, and that's okay.
Beryl is human. Beryl is allowed to fail.
Well, dwarf, but yes.
And you know, I also trust you as a DM not to screw me over too badly if things aren't going well.
You also dodged a lot of the traps and things. Like, you dealt with the Sturges really, really well. I really loved. My favorite session moment was definitely the bag of bats.
Oh my god, the bag of bats was just delightful. Like, if I'm doing a favorite moment for Garret, it's just him just being so delighted about the bag of bats. It's just, I don't know why, it's a little wholesome for some reason.
Yeah, it's great.
This little halfling guy with his bag of bats.
His bag of blood-sucking bats.
I got a bag of blood-sucking bats, and I'm not afraid to use them.
But yeah, you dodged the yellow mold.
Yeah,
something I've never encountered before. That's in the Dungeon Master's book, and it's it's nasty.
Yeah.
It's poison. You are poisoned for a minute, and 2d6 poison damage.
Like, ever since because we had mold in our room at our previous house, and it did not agree with me. I hate mold. I hate it. I was not well. And it took us a while to work out that was why as well. Like, why do I feel like shit? Oh, the bedroom's full of mold.
I have a favorite me moment. It's actually from before. It's part of like my prep. So in the room, the very first room you went into, the room with the giant spider in it. That was my favorite me moment, because so in the book, like half of these rooms have things in them that will attack you. And the more I read, I was just like, this is silly. Like, I would not be. I'd find one room and I'd hang out in it. Like, there were 3 rooms that contained swarms of spiders. Another has a pair of giant centipedes. One has, and then there's the attic with the Sturges. In the original book, the dude you found, the first dude you found, was alive. The second dude was infested with rot grubs. Like, just about every other room has an environmental hazard in it in the book that can really hurt you. And my favorite moment was, or my favorite thing that I did today was taking the essence of it, but also just making a more entertaining encounter. Having a single spider run across your shoulders that is freakishly large, and you just like, kill it! Was way more interesting and characterful than having you fight 2 swarms of spiders.
I also enjoyed that we failed so spectacularly to kill the spider.
Yeah, it was fun and characterful. It was great. And as you said, these 2 are not badasses. They fuck shit up. They are blundering through, inadvertently finding a second group of people to piss off. That was my favorite.
Beryl's gonna tell herself she saved a few lives.
Favorite DM moment?
I loved the reactions of the people to the bag of bats. That whole combat was just really fun, because we've thrown a bag of bats, and how that unfolded was really enjoyable. I loved that the bag of bats happened, and we just kind of rolled with it, and I really enjoyed that little journey that we went on with the bag of bats. But I also enjoyed that they like attacked us too. Like, it wasn't just like we threw the bag of bats and they all went for the bad guys. They were like, oh no, we'll fuck you up as well.
Some of them, yeah.
It's like, we are not happy about being the bad.
No, I think I dealt with that quite well. It was just like, yeah, I think serums is about 60% of them go for what you want.
Yeah. That felt like a fair outcome for stuffing them into a bag of, and throwing them at people. You know, like respect to the bats. And I wasn't like when we went into when we found the secret entrance into the room and we kind of went in. I wasn't really sure how that would go.
Yeah.
Like part of me wanted to have a conversation, but part of me also liked that they were just like, no, you came in, we're going to straight up kill you now.
Yeah. I'm glad you did, because they would have attacked you in your sleep if they had.
That's what Beryl was worried would happen. She's like, no matter what we do, they're just going to wait till we're
And
asleep.
dead set, the reason is you told them you had beer.
They would have killed us for our beer?
Yeah. And
they
pork.
just had to ask.
They didn't want to share it with you. Oh, they also want you dead because you know where they are.
Ah, right.
You know, there are people down here. Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're finding all the cool, valuable shit in the house that they haven't bothered to find yet.
Yeah, they really did a bad job of scouring this joint. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much. We will go away from here now, I think. So, Karen, tell me about yourself. Who the heck are you?
I am Karen, sometimes known as the Mother of Bunnies. The flapping noise you can hear in the background is the rabbits coming through the cat flap. They're both back there now, which is nice. You can follow me on Twitter at Mother O Bunnies, where I promise I will try not to tweet about the Australian election, but no promises because we've still got a week left of this shit. You can also follow my saucy burlesque alter ego over on Instagram at Miss Lola Moore, with 2 O's. And you can also listen to my dulcet tones on the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play the dangerous and highly sought after Dragonborn warrior Ryland Westfall.
Yeah, you do.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm on Corsairs Cove Monday and Thursday nights. Monday night, obviously, for Mano, and then Thursday nights we do Humblewood.
Yeah, we
where
do.
I play Kesh the Trash Panda, which is good times.
Yeah. And Madame Monsieur, Dame under Heron and Beings of Indeterminate Gender and Persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, your humble DM for this evening. If you like my DMing, you can check me out tomorrow morning on Ardent Roleplay for Jasper's Game Week, where I'll be taking a bunch of very, very cool people through my Empty Quarter one-shot. Spoilers, it's not empty.
The name is really deeply misleading.
Yeah, it's a reference to the Rub al Khali, which is a real desert on the Arabian Peninsula, which is called the Empty Quarter. That's what the Rub al Khali means. But it's not that empty. The real one is very empty. And if you want more of my DMing, you can check me out on Thursday night, where I will be DMing Humblewood here again on Corsairs Cove. I will also be playing on Wednesday night on Phoenixy Wacky. We're finishing Deadlands Coffin Rock over there, where I played the Rattlesnake Kid. And tomorrow, Thursday afternoon, I will be playing in Robert Hartley's game over on Ardent Roleplay for more Jasper's Game Week. Very exciting. They're doing incredible work over there. We've already raised $2,500 towards Beyond Blue, which is very, very cool. And Karen, do you want to tell us a little bit about Ukraine?
Yes, Ukraine. It's full of Russians right now, which is bad in a number of ways. Though the most upsetting, well, not the most upsetting, but one of the surprisingly upsetting was that apparently they were digging holes near Chernobyl, which, if you know anything about Chernobyl, it's a very bad idea.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
So now there's irradiated Russians in Ukraine, which is just, I'm just like, no. Can we learn some lessons about radiation, guys? Don't mess with it. Leave it alone, even if you're invading Ukraine. It's a bad choice. But there are some 8 million Ukrainians that have been displaced by the conflict, and the emergency action appeal is raising money to help them. It is an amalgamation of various charities and not-for-profits that are doing some important work with the Ukrainian refugees. You can donate via the link in chat. The Australian government has donated $2 million to this, and they have almost raised another $2 million from donations from fabulous people like you. So if you have some pennies, flick him over there, because sadly the conflict continues and people still need help.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, I think we need to find somebody to raid.
We have options. Phoenix Ibaki is live. Agent number
They are
1
doing
is
the
live.
No Kid Hungry Super Stream one-shot roulette character creation, so I think we'll do that.
That does sound exciting.
Let's do that. So, guys, throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell Phoenix where we came from. John is a genuine treasure. He's a lovely, lovely person. And he's with Swag and Llama, and Swag is also great. I don't know Llama, but Swag is also a cool guy. So,
Llama
yeah.
is called llamas. They must be at least reasonably cool.
Yeah. Chaotic Platypus, good to see you, my friend. I'm glad you've enjoyed the stream. Yeah, we will go and get some rest, because I'm going to be up early tomorrow morning. Well, I'm going to be up at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for more D&D. So, we will start that raid now. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Say goodbye, Karen.
Have a great night, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.